first segment, we have to find out where is Patrick Vieira going. Please do not leave.
Is he going?
Is he going? I mean, maybe we cry on the podcast. Who knows? Also, Jesse Marsh, is he leaving? Nobody wants to stay in New York or New Jersey. That seems to be the case.
The rent is too damn high. In the second segment, we've got the panel of panels. We've got us two. We've got Ian Edwards. We've got Jason Davis. We got 4 microphones. Will any of you guys understand what's happening in this panel? We try to do a couple things. We try to solve whether Ian becomes an MLS fan. We talk to Jason Davis about how to solve American soccer. It's amazing.
And in the third segment, we go over all the games. But really, all you care about is the slap heard around Canada. We try to get to the bottom of it, and we try to figure out if this guy even belongs on a soccer team anymore.
That and more on this episode of the Cooligans!
Hey, this is Alexi Lawless. There is nobody in U.S. soccer that is more important than the Cooligans.
Yeah, baby!
Yo!
Come on!
What is cracking?
Wow.
This is
like the kids say about songs, it slaps.
It's I mean, look, I'm still feeling I still feel like I got smacked upside the head this week because
Growing up, I wish someone would have poured a little Gatorade on my face and I could have looked at my aunt and said, "What'd your mom do?" I said, "She fucking slapped me in the fucking side of the face." I wish I could have said that. I wish I had someone to say that to.
Well, welcome to the show, everybody.
Come on.
Hopefully you've recovered from your chancleta to the back of the head because we've all, it's been an interesting week in American soccer.
It has been a ups and downs. It's fun games to watch, drama in games. Everything is happening in MLS.
Exactly. So look,
and we're going to talk about this later. But if you're not watching MLS, what are you watching?
I mean, what are you binge watching some Ozark?
Yeah. What you want right now?
What you doing? I mean, just let us know. No, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Cooligans, everybody. Thank you again for listening. My name is Christian Polanco.
My name is Alexis Guerrero.
And we are your favorite stand-up comedians that host the funniest soccer podcast that you've ever heard in your life. And it's also
the goddamn gulliest soccer podcast.
The gulliest soccer podcast. Yeah. Keeping it real all day.
Everybody gets this, son.
No one is safe.
No one's safe. You hide and we come. We behind you, dog. We hiding with you.
So, look, there's a lot to sort of, there's a lot to talk about. One thing that we didn't really get to, that I actually forgot to talk about last week, was the Neymar 5 competition that we hosted.
Yeah, we hosted the fives.
We didn't talk.
Neymar Jr. Red Bull 5s?
No, the Neymar Jr. 5s, sponsored by Red Bull, I think.
I think it's Red Bull's Neymar Jr. Neymar Jr.'s 5s.
Neymar.
There's 3 things involved. 5. Yeah, there's 5. Red Bull, the drink brand, not the team.
It is a 5-on-5 soccer tournament that
Neymar's doing all over the world.
Yeah, and he does it all over the world. He helped create it. I think is it his idea or is it a thing that is common in Brazil?
I think it's like a favela thing.
Okay.
Yeah. He brought the favela status out.
He's bringing that favela ting out here.
He's appropriating his own culture, okay?
Which is very strange.
Yeah, you're allowed to do that, though.
You're allowed to appropriate your own, the thing that you...
Because we want to continue being a part of this thing. It's something you're totally allowed to do, Neymar.
So we did host it at Rebel Arena.
It was so dope.
It's a 5-on-5 tournament where people...
When one team scores, the other team loses a player.
Yeah, so
you keep playing until you knock out all their players. Really dope.
Basically, like any Atlanta United game, somebody's getting sent off.
Yeah. Anything where Mark Geiger came up with this was his idea. Every time somebody scores, red card goes up.
So, but it was a lot of fun, and we just found out we're going to be...
at the Miami one, which is the final for the USA.
That's right. So the regional final for...
No, regional final. It's the nation final. The national final.
Yeah, I guess I'm thinking the region of
the world.
Like North America.
Because you're a global citizen. That's why you're thinking that. He is a citizen of the world.
I'm a liberalist, globalist.
Yeah, you're all of it.
Socialist, you know, that thinks everybody and
What are borders?
We should all have welfare. Yeah. I want welfare. For all.
Yo, put me on welfare right now, dog. I'm trying to make a point about Neymar.
Neymar
could afford to put us all on welfare.
So we're going to be at the final in Miami on June 8th. But the sad part about that is that
we're going to miss the Atlanta
we're
United
gonna miss
game.
the Atlanta United game in New York.
So our planes are going to pass each other. All the Atlanta fans are coming to New York. We're going to go to
we
Miami.
feel absolutely terrible, but it's a huge opportunity for us, and it's something we can't pass up. So so I mean, but the tournament
we'll be trying to watch the game as best we can. I don't know what the timing looks like for that, but we'll be trying.
So all right, so. Let's start with first. Let's again, welcome to the show. We're here at the Hackensack Meridian Health Stage 17.
Yeah, easy to say.
And we have an absolute amazing show. You're gonna hear.
This is gonna be crazy.
We have Ian Edwards on the show. We have Jason Davis of United States of Soccer.
Or four of us at the same time.
Soccer Comic Rant. It is just it is the mashup nobody wanted.
Yeah, nobody asked for it. You got it.
You got it. All right. So with the Cooligans again. Promising things nobody asked for.
Yeah, over-delivering on promises that were never made.
But it is, we're going to have an absolutely insane conversation about, just about the state of about soccer, about American soccer and Euro snobs, and it has it all.
Yeah, it has everything, baby.
But we have to start the show with news that I don't even know what's confirmed.
There's movement. There's a lot of movement in the New York area.
a lot of things going on. People bumping into each other, and not for the regular reason.
People bringing luggage on the train. There's a lot happening. Okay. You know, like how when you live in New York City, you got to move every year the first few years because your apartment sucks and you didn't realize you were paying much more than the guy who lives above you. That's kind of what's happening right now.
Yeah, I'm like,
are we moving? Are we not? Are we signing a lease?
On my way here, I saw a guy with a rat on a leash, and I was like, yo, are you worried about Vieira? He's like, yeah, this is why I got the rat on the leash.
Yeah, of course.
Things are really falling apart.
Everything's upside down right now.
So look, Patrick Vieira, as of right now, and this is straight up like, yo, I got a text from the homie.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think so Vieira's staying. That's like, yo, like, my man's told me.
Yeah.
That somebody told him
Yeah.
That Patrick Vieira is staying at NYCFC.
They're like, no. You got to read between the tweets, my guy. He didn't say nothing. That means he's not going nowhere. People are coming up with a lot of. So we don't know what's happening. Patrick Vieira started out as a potential rumor as a replacement for Arsene Wenger at Arsenal. Apparently that didn't happen, right? And then people are talking about, oh, maybe he's going to go to a different, city football group. I think that didn't happen.
Melbourne City.
Yeah.
Vieira to Melbourne City.
Nice step up from MLS. But now there's a lot of rumors coming around that apparently he's already agreed to a deal with OG, just like the OG Podcast Network. He's got a deal with OG Podcast Network. OG Nice, part of Ligue 1.
Yeah.
Balotelli was playing there recently. I don't know if he's still there. Is he still there?
He is still there. I think he's on the verge of possibly leaving.
Yeah.
But
so I don't know if he's still there.
The rumors were that Vieira going to Nice would help Balotelli stay there because the ownership wants Balotelli to stay.
So there you go. Everyone says it's a go, except people who've talked to Patrick Vieira. Vieira says, we've never talked. Vieira did go to France.
He did.
But it was apparently for a personal family issue. I don't believe none of that.
It's hard to.
I don't believe a word of that.
It seems like everything is like.
In fact, Vieira came out today and he tweeted no collusion. He said no collusion.
Yes, and he has Shaggy by his side. He was like, it wasn't me.
Yeah. You saw me over in Nice. It wasn't me. Saw me shaking hands. It wasn't me. I don't know what's happening. Here's what I believe. I believe he's leaving. I believe he's leaving mid-season, which is. He's going to OG Nice. It's an OG dick move. That's not what you do. I think it's messed up. Just as a fan of MLS, and I also think it's messed up as a fan of NYCFC. But I could understand why he would do it for his personal career. Right? He's a French dude. He wants to be back in France. Now, what does NYCFC do?
Okay, so. This was the last. So we're recording this on Tuesday.
Yeah. So by Wednesday there could be 13 new updates.
So the last we heard from Glenn Crooks, he had tweeted out. It said, and this is him. He asked Patrick Vieira directly, and he said after he asked him about all the rumors to Nice, he said it looks like Patrick Vieira isn't going anywhere after training today. He said there are no negotiations with Nice or any other club. His recent trip to France was a personal family matter.
But he's not quoted as saying that. He's quoted as saying there's no contract signed or anything like that, which means they're talking about the money right now.
Also, Christian Arreos, writer for The Athletic, also mentioned that he also asked Vieira. He said that he basically said he asked him off the record, and he says, I have no reason to not believe or to think that he is lying. So according
how could he talk about it if he asked off the record?
No, he didn't say what he said. He said he asked him off the record. He didn't quote Vieira. All he said was, I have no reason to believe he's lying. So,
but is he lying?
Yeah, maybe he's not lying, but maybe
that's like if your girl's like, yo, were you at Becky's house cheating on me? And you were like, I was never at Becky's house. That doesn't mean.
But you weren't at a different house at a hotel.
Yeah, you were at a hotel. I mean, you saying there's no contract signed or anything like that doesn't say, no, I'm not going anywhere. I will be here for the rest of the season. That doesn't say that.
It doesn't say that. Yeah. So maybe he's skirting the question.
Yeah, he's getting out of here. Skirt.
But I think look, this is sort of the issue that anyone would have with Major League Soccer because of the summer schedule.
Right.
As coaches, I mean, players can leave
Nice
whenever they
isn't
go.
going to be like, come back after MLS Cup. Come here.
We
That's
know
not happening.
the priority is clearly the Major League Soccer Cup.
Yeah.
So please continue with that. No, it's like if you don't take the job now, you're done, bro.
Right.
Like,
oh, you want to qualify for CONCACAF Champions League? Yeah, that's not happening. So he has to leave midseason or towards the end of the season. Neither one of those are better than the other. Not one is not better than the other. So you gotta, if he's gonna go, pull that Band-Aid guy. It's still more than enough time for someone else to be able to, even if it's one of his assistants, and be like, yo, when you're done, you can come to Nice, right? Maybe that's the case. A lot of people are saying, and a lot of fans don't want this to happen, but I don't know. Caleb Porter, free agent.
Sure, weird way to phrase what he is. He's a free agent.
He walked away. He didn't get fired. Caleb Porter's a free agent.
He's available to coach.
Yes. Bruce Arena's also available. Nobody wants him, right?
Yeah,
Nobody wants him.
It's just for coaching, not playing. Caleb Porter nor Bruce Arena are going to start playing again.
No. I would watch Bruce Arena try to play soccer, though. I would watch that all day. But what do you think about Caleb Porter?
Caleb Porter, look, I think after seeing year one of NYCFC and getting accustomed to especially what Patrick Vieira does and the playing style, and NYCFC the last 2 years especially they've been a dominant team. They possess the ball. They are stylish. They're fun to watch. Yes, occasionally they lose 7-0 and 4-0 to their crosstown rivals, but the majority of the time, especially if you go to a game at Yankee Stadium, you're going to probably see them win. So that's, as a fan of the team, that's the fear that will change a little bit. But Caleb Porter, to me, that's like, the team's in safe hands with Caleb Porter.
And he plays a relatively similar style, possession-based
with Bruce
style.
Arena, he's going to get NYCFC.
Yeah. Omar Gonzalez is going to start.
They're going to lose to Trinidad somehow.
Somehow.
Even play to
Why is Omar Gonzalez out there? Why is Tim Howard in goal? How did we lose to Trinidad?
Why are we doing the same tactics
again?
Bruce, they didn't work last time.
You can't play the game in Costa Rica's home. Look, at the end of the day, there's no. If Tata Martino gets a chance to coach a bigger team, like a Barcelona again or something like that, you would expect them to go. I don't know if OG Nice is necessarily at the same level Barcelona, but they got to go. You got to go. We would say the same for a player. If a player's going to leave midseason. Yeah. Speaking of, the other side of New York,
yes,
also known as New Jersey, two personnel might be leaving.
Yeah.
Tyler Adams, who everyone is just waiting for that shoe to drop, might be going to RB Leipzig.
Yes.
I had heard Salzburg. Looks like it's going to Leipzig, which is the bigger RB, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, much bigger than Salzburg. But they might be taking the coach with them. They might be taking Jesse Marsch.
Which would be quite, that would be, especially seeing Jesse Marsch the last few years. And we were talking about this, I think, a week or two ago, about how Rebel fans didn't even want Jesse Marsch to come back, but like
at the beginning of the season, remember we were all like, "What?"
He's one of the most consistent dudes in the world. Yeah, like playoffs, anything can happen in the playoffs. But
right. Well, he's going somewhere where there are no playoffs, so he's
so you got no worry about.
They might as well take BWP.
They have the relegation playoff in Bundesliga, so they might be. You might win.
True. Yeah,
might win that playoff. Hopefully,
let's
you win.
See how they feel about an American coach. Oh boy.
Yeah, that would be. Look, it's huge for any MLS coach to be getting this kind of interest.
Yes.
So the idea, I know the Red Bull system kind of makes more sense because it's just that pathway, just like the Red Bulls have from. I mean, in reality, the Red Bulls can create a system where you can start as an academy product. You could be like 7, 8 years old, and there's a clear pathway to be the coach of a Bundesliga team. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That's real.
Yeah, that train has many stops.
There's a lot. It's a long way.
And
it's the local 6 from the Bronx to Brooklyn, but you're gonna get there.
Yo, you're gonna get there. It's gonna be a lot. You're gonna have to give up your seat, but you're gonna get there.
You're gonna get so that's kind of the exciting thing that not only is he representing himself and the club and New York Red Bulls, but it's huge for the league if an American coach can get to coach a Bundesliga team. That's fucking insane.
That is wild. And by the way, while we're talking about Red Bull, shouts to Kemar Lawrence, who they said is sort of clear. They didn't figure out what was wrong with the guy, but doesn't matter what team it is.
At least said exactly what. He posted on Instagram that he's doing well and he's ready to. He's like on his way to come back. So it's like it seemed like it was something very, very serious. But he's in good spirits, and I think he's going to be perfectly fine.
Yeah, and, it doesn't matter what shirt you wear. You're a human being, and you're in a sport that we love. So, the best of luck in whatever that recovery is.
Totally.
But that was a little scary seeing that, I didn't get to watch it in real time. But, all right, now to your coach leaving you. Tyler Adams is what we expect. He's a great player. He needs to go to another level. He played well at Red Bull, too. He's playing well at MLS level. And now let's see how he does. And, look, this is now for the men's national team, right? This is part of that. We were bitching and complaining. Even NYCFC fans, even Atlanta fans who now hate Red Bull just as much as NYCFC fans, right? Everybody was bitching about the men's national team not qualifying for the World Cup, and everybody wanted to play the kids, build your kids up, get those kids ready in 4 years, so on and so forth. What's Tyler Adams? He's 22?
I can double check. No, I think he's still a teenager.
No, I don't think he's a teenager, but he's going to be young for the next World Cup cycle.
He is 19 years old.
Wow, I was wrong. You were right.
Yeah.
First time for everything. So, 19 years old. Next World Cup, following one, he's going to be 23, maybe 22 because of the timing. Yeah, 23.
Yeah.
Look,
math ain't your thing, but whatever.
What's he going to be? 35, right? You think he's still got legs at that point? What I'm saying is, 4 years, hopefully, right, as long as he plays well, playing in the Bundesliga, that's good for the men's national team, regardless of what shirt he's wearing.
Okay, yeah, I completely agree. I mean, you can also make the example of Bobby Wood getting relegated at Hamburg. So it's not like
I said Bundesliga. I didn't say two Bundesliga. Get your ass out of there, Bobby Wood.
So hopefully, who knows if he stays with the team? But look, I think it's going to be it's a big deal. I think it's earned. You can't argue with like the team, especially doing so well in CONCACAF Champions League, and he didn't play Kaku against Chivas in the first half, but we all make mistakes, right? But I think I don't think, like sort of what you were saying, you can't be upset with any coach if they have this opportunity in front of them. Just like we were just talking about getting the opportunity to coach the Neymar Fives, to host the Neymar Fives. We're going to coach.
We'll coach the Neymar Fives.
I don't know how much we'll help.
We don't know what we're doing. But there's a direct line from the Neymar Fives to absolutely nothing. Like, there's a direct line.
So, yes. So we've made a lot of sacrifices.
Imagine we coach the Neymar Fives. That team wins, and we end up coaching a Bundesliga team. We're just like the head of Eintracht. We're just like, what are we doing?
Up against Jesse Marsh.
What team is that in Latin America that has the twins that are both the coach?
Oh, I don't know this.
You know what I'm talking about? I think it's Central America. They were twins. They were the
Olsen twins. Yeah, they host,
they were the coach. They were the coach. I think it was killing the guy who played the Joker. God damn it, Heath Ledger. That's their FC. God damn it.
Wow. Okay.
They killed Heath Ledger.
Yes, that's.
Yeah. One of them did.
You heard it here, folks. First, folks.
You heard it here. 1,000 years later.
So let's talk about some other European players that are involved, that are in the news.
Did not kill Heath Ledger.
That did not kill Heath Ledger, but probably could with one strike if he had the opportunity. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Zlatan. I said it weird because I'm trying to have a good time.
Trying to have fun with this?
Yeah. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, if you didn't watch the Monday afternoon game out of Montreal, Montreal has there's a
Monday afternoon.
It was at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific.
Perfect timing on a Monday.
Which is like, no, it's like for all those people that are like, that you know, they'll get up at 6 in the morning, 4 in the morning to watch, especially in the West Coast, to watch a Premier League game
on a weekend when they don't have jobs.
Yes, on a weekend when they don't have jobs, but also Champions League that's on at around the same time, is usually on around noon Pacific. Like there was all these more complaints than usual.
It's a dump. That why would you have a noon game on a Monday?
But so the reason was because it's a holiday in Canada, or I don't know if it's specifically Quebec, but they have it's a Victoria Day or something like that. So it's their Memorial Day, sort of. So we got to show some respect. Canada has holidays that we should acknowledge.
How cute! You know they do like their Thanksgiving 17 weeks before us. So cute.
Okay, yeah, it's just a nice hot summer.
Yeah.
summer
You're just cutting the turkey. You're just dabbing your forehead. You're like,
well, we should switch this.
It's a lot of mashed potatoes, you know?
I don't think I'm going to be able to burn this. This is a little too much food.
I mean, theirs is different. I don't think they had pilgrims, but I'm just going to go with it. It's like, you don't think those pilgrims didn't need a salad or maybe a fruit bowl?
So, so they had, that's why the game was on early. But from the beginning, the game felt like it had a case of the Mondays. You know what I mean? Like it just felt, it was dull. It was just like, why do I got to go to work on a Monday? I'm not interested in this, because usually players have a day off on Mondays. That's because the games are on Saturday or Sunday.
So they recover.
So, but the person who really looked like he didn't want to be there was Zlatan Ibrahimovic. So for the most part, the game was pretty dull. But in the second half,
people were watching because this went instantly viral.
Yes.
It's not just potheads who couldn't find Adult Swim. Like they're up at noon on a Monday.
Yes. But when Zlatan is must-see TV.
Apparently.
A must-see TV.
Yeah. Wow.
Yo, man, look, we can write every marketing campaign for Major League Soccer.
Can we just say something? You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. We're handing you gold. You're welcome. Take this gold right here. Take this gold. Figure out what to do with it.
It's welfare. I think we're giving you welfare. Yeah. So look, Zlatan, he gets stepped on by Michael Petrasso, and instinctively,
everybody knows this hurts.
Yes, this hurts.
Those shoes are not very tough. They're very thin, right? On purpose, right? They're not very heavy. You just take a cleat to the big toe. That hurts.
Yeah.
So most people would say, ow. Most people would grab their foot and they'd fall. Not Zlatan. If a bee stings him, if a mosquito bites him, his first instinct is to slap. He slaps this dude in the back of the head.
Very much. Yeah, he just just as soon as he gets stepped on, and Petrasso's just trying to post up on Zlatan.
He's just walking backwards.
He's walking backwards.
It's not his fault.
But he's trying to keep a hand on just to know where Zlatan is.
But he didn't stomp on his foot.
No.
It was completely innocuous. He was just walking backwards. Just so happens that Zlatan's big ass foot is in the way.
So yeah, he raked. He kind of raked. I think he caught him in the pinky toe, kind of the last edge of.
No. I think it was the other side.
No. He caught him on the right foot. You're right. You're right. Yeah, he caught him on the right foot. I thought it was on the left. No. So he caught him and.
Heel grinded his big toe,
and it hurts. I've been stepped on playing. It's the worst feeling. I would love to smack somebody upside the head, but usually
your hand would break because you drink Soylent.
Yeah, but no, I was gonna make a better joke, but I was gonna say that I play in a league where we play against it's co-ed and we play against Warby Parker employees. So I'm not gonna be slapping one of them.
No, but your hand would shatter. Their lives would shatter.
I'm not as weak as you think, Alexis.
I mean, a little bit.
When's the last time you went to the gym?
Bird chest.
Anyway,
I walked past the gym the other day.
So,
hold on. When was the last time you went to the gym?
I went to the gym 3 weeks ago.
Oh, 3 weeks ago.
Where's
Mr. Universe over here? Don't say it like that. Don't throw shade at me.
I play soccer as well. I play regularly.
And?
That's it's exercise.
I'm still limping over here, right? This guy, I've been limping for 3 weeks.
You've been limping since the NYCFC marathon game.
That's not true. I almost choked in that one. I put my life on the line for this.
So anyway, so Zlatan, he slaps the dude, and look, you can't do that. We all know that. He instinctively, instead of it's weird that the first instinct was to slap because it's
most people would push.
Push, yeah. It's just
shove is the instinct.
What did he expect was gonna happen exactly?
I don't think he cared. We found out that he walked off of practice, right?
So he
said Zlatan over.
This is Zlatan. We went like this.
Credits rolled, and everyone's like, "Where are these credits coming from?"
So that was reported that, and I'll read the tweet that they put out. So it was tweeted.
It's like a screen cap of text.
It's a screen cap of text. So the guy who tweeted it is his name.
This is also the source for Vieira because it starts with my friend went to training on Friday.
The guy who tweeted it was his name is Chris Tucker, and not the one from Rush Hour.
No, because you can't tweet while you're humping a stool on stage.
It's a little challenging.
Yeah.
But the tweet he put out was third-hand information, but this was sent to me from a friend I trust. Take it for what you will.
So you have to trust Chris Tucker, the other Chris Tucker. And then you have to trust his friend.
Yes. I think Chris after he saw what Zlatan did, he was just like, man, you got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah. I swear I'm a different Chris Tucker.
Why do I talk exactly like the Chris Tucker?
All right, which one of you slapped me in the back of the head?
So he goes, my friend, quote, my friend went to training on Friday. Zlatan got super frustrated with people sucking. He yelled at Leggett. Then he decided practice was over early. Siggy tried calling him back for another run-through, but he said, quote, practice is over. Zlatan is done. Close quote. Does it sound crazy?
No, this sounds exactly like what happened.
He's
spiraling out of control, okay? He doesn't want to play in this league. This did not work out well. He slapped the guy knowing what was going to happen, but he didn't care. It was more important to him to show disrespect to this person, Petrasso, than it was Petrosano? Petrasso, than it was to
Petrosano. That's your deli guy. So
God, Petrosano really good. You know what I mean? He gets the meat very thin and see through. He layers it so air goes through it. It gets more up your nose. Basically, he doesn't care. He wanted out. It doesn't matter to him whether the team is down to 10 men or not.
It did feel,
and it didn't matter to them either because they were playing Montreal.
I wouldn't be surprised. He was just like he slapped somebody. He was like, "Yo, VAR, make sure you see what I just did."
Yeah, he slapped the VAR guy, which is, I mean,
he's like, send the VAR guy over to me. I'm gonna smack him in his dumb face.
I'm gonna smack him right quick.
Who else wants some? You can tell he was frustrated. Even during the game, he was criticizing players. There were a lot of times players would make short passes, like they wouldn't put enough weight on it, and he would just be like, immediately once there was a turnover, he'd be like, "What was that?" And look, as soon as you see that, of course it's going to affect team chemistry.
100%.
Very different from
Beckham never did that.
And very different from the first game was Zlatan when we went from we want Zlatan, so I gave them Zlatan to you're
giving him the other parts of Zlatan right now
to Zlatan is done. I can't play with these guys, and it's like you came to this league, the quality is not the same. He's and there was that press conference
and we'll talk about it later, but he's also on a bad team. He didn't walk into the best team in the league.
That's right. The LA Galaxy were they were the worst team last season. So it's like it more than just your talent and your skill. There needs LA Galaxy is missing real leadership. After they lost Keane, Donovan leaving, all these things. And now Donovan coming back last year felt more like, oh, maybe we can fix this. Maybe we can just add some of some of what the spark that we had in the past. And if Zlatan can't bring a little bit of that, a little bit of just more confidence, leadership, guide these guys, because they need some direction.
He's not that player.
He's not, but he can't also be. You're gonna make things worse behaving the way he's behaving. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, but then what do you do if you're Siggy Schmidt? You got to get him off the team.
But that's not happening. He's selling out everywhere. It's just like a comic that can draw anywhere.
Even if he's a dick, you're like, all right, whatever.
It could be the worst comedian ever.
He treats the staff like shit, but whatever. He sells tickets.
But look, everybody's here, so that ain't happening. So they got to.
I don't know if I'm Siggy Schmidt. It's one of us, me or him, and it's going to be him. But whatever, at least you fall on the sword. And you get to, and he can't fall on anything. People got to help him up. Siggy Schmidt, you know what I mean? His knees don't bend. So you got you got to do something. You got to walk away. If I'm Siggy Schmidt, I'm like, yo, I can't coach these dudes.
Yeah. I mean, look, just Siggy Schmidt.
Then Patrick Vieira becomes the manager of LA Galaxy.
Siggy Schmidt, look, he things didn't work out in Seattle, even though he had a long, successful run. I mean, they were a pretty good team for a long time, and he managed them well. But in LA, it's been bad since he got there. And
yeah.
I don't know what
he hasn't helped it one bit.
Not at all. And anything. Look, getting Kamara was a big deal. That's he's like the guy you build around. I mean, he got the game-winning goal.
They wouldn't sell as many tickets, but knowing what we know now, let's say this is true from the third-hand guy who Chris Tucker, not that Chris Tucker trusts. And by the way, he's the host of Riot Squad podcast, so like the guy knows a lot about.
Yes,
he probably has contacts. We're not making fun of you just for your name. I mean, we're only. Making
I'm sure
fun
that's your life, though. There's no way.
People are like, hey, what's up, I'm Chris Tucker. I'm a white guy. Stop it. What's up, man? But if he does ever want to get high on a Friday night, everybody probably laughs. If knowing what we know now, let's just assume this is true, and knowing how good LA Galaxy looked with just Ola Kamara up front, are LA Galaxy better off with or without Zlatan? Forget the ticket sales, just team.
No, I think they are not better off without him. He's too talented.
Even if they lose that game in LAFC.
Yeah, totally.
Way better off.
They need him there. I think the issue with LA Galaxy, I mean, like the specifics are they have.
Wait, you're saying they're better off with him?
They're better off with him.
I'm saying they're better off without him.
I know what you're saying because I listened to your words.
I wasn't listening to you. That was the issue. I was like, yeah, of course, even though we disagree.
They are much better off with him. He is too.
Knowing this and saying this is true.
Yes.
This is the poison he is in the locker room.
He's that good. He's that good that you deal with this.
I don't know.
I think the team without him is the team is bad. Without him, they are bad. They are way worse without him.
They're bad with him and bad without him.
Yes, but I think the main problem with LA Galaxy, they have an absolutely trash midfield they can't really
no service,
no real service, no
it's
real
like Boost Mobile. You got no service.
No real chemistry.
No matter where you go on the field, you got no service.
Yeah, you see.
I mean, what if I hold it up?
Barry Kitchen is out there like, oh, what?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't got nothing.
Leget's like, I'm all the way over here, and I don't have any service.
Like, yeah, they're like, can you hear me now? I'm like, no, we still can't hear you.
I mean, I can hear you, but I can't hear you.
No, they just look. The Dos Santos brothers have been terrible. I mean, I want to say Giovanni Dos Santos has been very bad. Jonathan Dos Santos really
is trying.
Really trying. Yes, you can.
He's trying to not be as bad as he is.
Yeah, he does not want to be on a bad team.
No.
And you see it, and it's very visible.
It's funny because Jonathan Dos Santos looks like a very stressed out Giovanni Dos Santos. He's like a little skinnier. He looks like worried Gio Dos Santos.
Oh man. So look, there was somebody. I wish I could find the video. Somebody put this up.
What was it? Just tell us because we're on a podcast.
Somebody put up a video. They cut up LA Galaxy trying to play out of the back.
Yeah.
So they just it's like 2 minutes long. I'll retweet it so people can see it. But it's a video of LA Galaxy who I've just learned from Grant Wall that is the highest paid defense in Major League Soccer.
That is true.
And you see them and
their back four make the most out of any other back four.
It is a low light of them them playing out of the back against Montreal.
If you're an LAFC fan, it's a highlight. If you're an LA Galaxy fan, it is very much a low light.
Terrible. So the guy who tweeted it, his name is Joseph Lowry. Joe in Cleats. That's his Twitter handle. And it's just a little a bunch of cut-throughs of just LA Galaxy being bad. And when you see they look like a college like NCAA team trying to figure out how to get through the pressure of Montreal, and it's really bad. And I honestly think the defenders are so bad with their feet that they can't. There's no starting point for the midfielders to start being a little bit creative because they're so they can't really handle pressure very well. And when you see this video, it's incredibly clear.
Look, the team's not great, but I don't think having a cancer like Zlatan on the team is going to make it better.
Okay, all right.
If that's true, we're going on the presumption that's true, that he walked off and said, Zlatan done. There's nothing else you can call him besides that. He is an extremely talented, ticket-selling, big draw cancer. That's what he is.
Yeah.
Done.
Look, just stage 4.
Yo, terminal. Yo, it's terminal for somebody. Siggy got, or somebody getting got.
Yeah.
Dominic Kinnear sitting on the bench got. Somebody's
LA
getting
Galaxy
got.
gets relegated for just because of his behavior.
Yeah.
It's look. It's hard for me to believe that all of this is true, but if I believe that all of it is true,
If we're going on the assumption that it's all true.
if it's all true, this is definitely a terrible behavior from Zlatan. But I gotta say, with the circumstances, with how bad the team is, and how good he is, and also I'll kind of put some blame on Siggy Schmidt for not, setting some boundaries to
because that's possible with someone like Zlatan. Yeah. A guy who talks about himself in the third person, sure.
I still keep Zlatan even with all that. That's how good he is. If I was a coach, I'd be like, all right, we gotta figure this out, guys.
Yeah.
Because
I need him up front.
He's really making me look bad, but I gotta make it work.
Really?
He's that good.
That's probably why you stuck to this podcast.
Yeah, because you were so talented. I gotta work with you guys.
Yeah, I mean it's true. It's a good point. Thank you for saying it. No sarcasm.
So also we had put up a fun. We made a couple videos from the Zlap. The Zlap.
Yeah, the Zlap.
The Zlap.
Coming to NBC.
But there's a fun little trailer on our Instagram of the Zlap.
It's coming this summer.
So make sure you watch it at Soccer Coolians. Just make sure you check it out because it's really fun.
We're doing fun stuff.
All right, so let's get to our next segment where we're gonna be talking to Ian Edwards, the host of the Soccer Comic Rant Podcast, and we're gonna be talking to Jason Davis, the host of United State of Soccer on Sirius XM FC, and we're gonna get into it with all of them because it's like we're gonna figure out and we're gonna defend American soccer a little bit. That's it. So
that's true. But before we go to that, real quick, Brandy Chastain does not look like the creepy uncle you don't let your kids around. All right, we'll be right back after this. Hey, everybody, thanks so much for listening to the Cooligans. We just want to break in with a quick word from our sponsor, SeatGeek.
SeatGeek. You remember SeatGeek. They've been with us for years.
They love us. They can't leave us, and they never will. What up, SeatGeek?
We've been together for 52 years.
52 years, and the love is strong. Here's what we do. We put on shows. If you want to come see one of those shows, you have to buy a ticket. Same thing that soccer teams do. And performances like bands and stuff. And how do you go see those things? You got to buy tickets. Why would you buy it any other way besides the SeatGeek app?
That's right. Just download the SeatGeek app. It's so incredibly easy to use. Remember,
it knows where you are. It tells you shows that are happening around you.
We went to the CONCACAF Champions League game. Right there, right. The ticket, it was like three little taps.
Three little taps.
And then we were in Rebel Arena seeing the Rebels lose.
Now, that's so convenient. You think you should be paying so much more than the average ticket price for that, right?
Yeah.
Well, you would assume so.
Why would you think that? Yeah.
Right, because it's so convenient. You're like, I would pay for this convenience.
Yeah.
But no, son, you know what they're doing? They're searching all the other ticket websites and giving you the best deal. Now, here's another thing. If you've never used it before, wow. Because guess what?
You can do that
to get
us?
a real good deal, okay? If you put in the word Cooligans in that app, first time you use it, SeatGeek, Mr. SeatGeek, Bob SeatGeek is going to show up to your house and he's going to hand you $20.
$20.
You're going to get $20 off your first
cannot
order.
confirm about it. We can confirm you will get the money. I don't know.
You may
exactly.
get a credit on the app. It may just be that simple.
Or
you got to wait for this dude to show up at your crib. I don't know. It's one of the two. It's probably the one on the app. But you're going to get $20 off your first order. So let's say you're going to go see a band. You're looking ticket prices like $50. SeatGeek finds you one for $30. We give you $20 for using the word Cooligans. Yo, you just pay $10.
Good deal.
It's a great deal. Do that. Download the app, use Cooligans, get $20. Yeah, baby, we're back.
We are back.
Come on, look at this.
And
we teased this, but look at this. We've got 2 podcast superstars, 1 former podcast superstar, and 1 hopefully future podcast superstar. We've got look at this panel.
It is a full house.
This is better than anything that's happening at Kicking and Screening. I'm sorry to say, this is the best panel ever, and it's happening right here.
Yeah,
we got. If you don't know who these guys are, I mean,
We probably don't.
No, they didn't. Then that means they didn't listen to the first segment. How'd you do that? Because we already said your names.
Yeah.
All right.
But we've got from Sirius XM, the amazing Jason Davis, everybody.
Hello,
Thank you.
Jason.
Come on, and also all the way from Los Angeles, from his Eurosnob cave, the star of the Comedic Soccer Rant Podcast, ladies and gentlemen, Ian Edwards, everybody.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Yeah.
Thank you so much
The
for
Soccer Comic Rant, by the
Soccer
way.
Comic Rant. That's
What did
right.
I say?
You said comedic
Comedic.
soccer rant.
Oh, that's right.
Which is
Ours is a comedic soccer show. You're a comic soccer rant.
Yeah.
My fault.
Yeah.
all right. So look, when initially when we were planning this show, we were like, oh, Ian was gonna be in town, so we're like, yo, let's get Ian. And then Jason was also gonna be in town,
And I demanded to come on
and
the
you
program.
demanded.
Yeah.
Then we were like, all right, well, this I think
Jason's
we can.
like, I don't care who your guest is. I'm coming on that joint.
Ian who?
I'm like, all right, well, we
I
can
get
make.
that a lot.
We can make.
I know. Do they still heckle you on stage?
Yeah. Why not?
But I feel like we could. There can be an opportunity for some real few sparks, right? Because we had Ian on the show last year, and a lot of I remember the people that listened were like, we got a lot of messages.
Hate mail?
That people
We
were,
got some.
People were legitimately like, yo, what's up with that dude and all this hate on MLS?
Right.
Like, and
Then when we did your show, we had people who were tweeting at us, yo, shut up about MLS. I don't listen to Ian Edwards' podcast. I
These
listen
are the
about MLS.
divisions in American
Yeah.
soccer that I'm out here trying to heal.
Yeah.
You're trying to heal it?
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny? I mean, you've been doing this. How long? When did Soccer Morning start? Well, you best comedy, best
2013.
soccer show was.
Yeah, best soccer show was like 2009, 2010, like
So
right around the World Cup day.
He's been trying to heal this for a
he's
long
trying.
time.
Right.
So when we
I've
told,
been successful, as you can tell.
I mean, you are the one wearing the suit.
This is like, listen, if people in the same league hate each other's teams, people in different leagues are going to hate
This
each
is
other's
true.
leagues.
No, this is
Yeah.
There's no way.
Oh no! I mean,
yeah.
look. It's first of all, this is soccer,
Right,
so
right.
we're happy with it.
Yeah, yeah.
But when we weren't sure we should do all four of us, right? We told Jason, "Hey, check this out." And Jason's like, "I don't know if I want it to be me and three comedians." We told Ian, and he's like, "I don't know if I want it to be me and three MLS people." So it's like,
No, I'm fine.
The
I'm
pendulum
fine.
is swinging
No,
so many different
listen,
ways
I'm fine with three MLS dudes because you need three MLS dudes to battle one Premiership guy because that's how much better the
We're
Premiership
MLS
is.
Voltron.
Yeah.
here.
And it's still,
We're gonna
you
form
should have
together
brought
into
four.
Landon Donovan's 3 good games at Everton.
all right, so let's at least start with in Ian's wheelhouse.
Right.
You're a Manchester United fan, right?
Si.
What'd you say?
Si.
Oh, I think you said City for a
I
second.
thought you said City as well.
I
I
was
was
about to
like,
flip this table.
No, United.
I speak Spanish, so I understood.
yeah.
You know what? You're helping. These guys.
So, all right, how'd you feel about Manchester United season? They just lost the FA Cup final to Chelsea. But I just curious. Maybe we can start there, and then we can work our way into America.
back.
Yeah.
Ask an easy question. How'd you feel about the United season?
I felt like the loss sucked, and I had a feeling we'd have difficulties with Chelsea because we played them 3 times already that year, or was it? No, that was the third game.
Yeah.
And we beat them, and you can't use the same tactics because they're going to adjust. Like, Conte's not just going to sit there and just not adjust. So basically,
No,
Conte
he's going to
said,
sit there and wish he wasn't on the coach of that team anymore.
well, I mean, he won a trophy.
He's gonna sit there and just keep texting Diego Costa. That he's
Yeah.
not on the team anymore.
Let's keep firing Costa.
Yeah.
Costa, you're still fired.
yeah.
But he just made his adjustments, and then we didn't know what to do. And then Mourinho got paid for, like, we can attack, but we don't attack
Because he's Mourinho.
because he's Mourinho.
Yeah.
And he's like, stop using that skill you've developed
Yeah,
over
yeah.
your entire life.
What do you mean put the ball in the net?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
do that.
No,
Don't
get
do that.
closer to our goal.
United.
Get much closer to our goal,
Yeah.
striker.
Yeah. It's all about clean sheets. That's it.
I felt like that game, the whole matchup was kind of depressing because Conte is kind of under fire at Chelsea.
Right.
People aren't happy with Mourinho. There's questions about whether he plays the right guys, and it was just kind of like, who cares about this game? Do you care? Did you care? Really?
Yeah. Because if you're a Man U fan, you have a chance to win a trophy by the end of the year, so you care. But I
Especially
figured we
after
would
the
win.
treble last year.
Yeah, especially after the. But it's not I wouldn't even call that a treble. But we won some shit.
Yeah,
We won
you
some
definitely
shit. Yeah.
won some shit.
You won some
No,
shit.
we won some shit. We won some stuff that European countries and clubs try to win, and we won.
Yeah.
You can't shit on a
did-
Europa League. You
mean,
can't.
it's
It's
like-
impossible.
You didn't let City win in your house. There's the
and
there's the trophy.
that too. And
There's
we
the
beat
trophy
Chelsea,
you
we beat
get this
Arsenal, we
season.
beat Spurs. We finished second.
Everybody beat Arsenal. Come on, I'm an Arsenal.
But you're trying to convince yourself now, though. That's what it sounds
No,
like.
no,
to me.
Yeah,
no.
this is a therapy session.
No.
Where you feel you've
No,
made
no.
you've made.
I'm
what
gonna
is that
I'm gonna
called
let
when
you
you
try
move
to
up
spin
one?
this.
You make a development
I'm
or
gonna
a
try to
breakthrough.
let you spin this. Listen. we came, what, 5th last year?
Yeah.
2nd this year. And it's better. The
Yeah.
team is better. You know, we have a shot at, like, challenging Man
Tottenham
City
would have a
next year.
parade if they did that.
So what? Yeah,
Tottenham would
exactly.
have a parade
Didn't you
if
have
they
a
did that.
like a parade for making the playoffs?
When?
It was just Christian and
Yeah,
Alexis walking down the street.
Yeah.
I would
Don't
be
you-
very excited if we made the playoffs again. And stop acting like playoffs only happens here.
Be
They happen in
excited
the
their coaches-
championship.
their coach stays.
Yeah, they happen in Champions League.
I'm not shitting on it. I'm just
All right.
saying it's like, listen, man.
It just doesn't seem fun to me.
What doesn't?
Being a Manchester United fan right now doesn't seem. I mean, second's good.
No, it's
an
fun.
improvement.
It's fun.
I'll
Why
be
isn't it
sure.
fun? Yeah.
Because Mourinho is he's such a sour asshole all the time. Like it
Right.
just feels like how could you possibly, especially, and I said this at the time
Mm-hmm.
when Ferguson left and went to the Moyes thing.
Mm-hmm.
Hiring Mourinho was the thing that Manchester United shouldn't do. Like,
I
don't
didn't want
care-
him there. I
Yeah,
didn't
he
want him
doesn't
there.
fit at all, right? To me,
Right.
he doesn't fit. I don't care if they're big money and
Right.
the Glazers are taking cash out or whatever. You still had an identity because of Fergie. Now you don't have that identity anymore.
Right. But you know what we
Well,
do
they do
have?
have that. It's the park and the bus identity
Well,
now.
that's what I'm saying. That's
Well,
sad,
this
though.
is what you guys got to realize. We didn't have a midfield before he got there. And every team that Mourinho comes to, he leaves them better. So I just need him to come there, build us a team,
Okay.
and leave us better. And then I'm fine. I'm sure like another manager will make him attack and will win. So with Van Gaal and Moyes, terrible. We had no midfield. Now look at the quality of the midfield. It's
Yeah.
improved.
No, he's a good coach.
And we'll get more.
Yeah.
He's not our end game, but he'll build us something. Like Chelsea won championships with players after he left both times.
Mourinho kind of sounds like
That's what you want. You want to hire the coach
Yeah.
who sets you up because
And he might win something on the way, which he did. So
Nah,
I'm
Jose
fine.
Mourinho
Yeah.
is the plot of Good Luck Chuck from the Dane Cook movie, where any girl he dates, they get married.
They get
right
married
after
right
him.
after-
So
yeah.
that's, I mean,
Yeah,
that's, that's
Thank God you explained
Yeah,
that because
yeah.
the three of us did not see that movie.
Is that
I think Ian used to open for Dane Cook, and he didn't see that movie.
was Good Luck Chuck and the kicking and screaming? I don't know. I'm asking.
If Dane Cook did a soccer movie,
It
I
is.
would
It's actually about
consider
Chuck
seeing that
Blazer.
movie.
It's about Chuck Blazer flipping on everybody. It's called Good Luck, Chuck.
Chuck Blazer.
People gonna
Good
kill
luck,
you.
Chuck.
So speaking of
Not
comedians,
bad, huh?
R.I.P. By the way, I mean,
To a fat guy legend. He made a rascal scooter look good, baby.
So speaking of comedians involved in soccer, Will Ferrell, one of the owners, one of the 52 owners of LAFC. How LAFC? They're in your backyard. You were just saying that you could take the subway over
Right.
there, the LA subway. How do you feel about LAFC now? What's it? Have you seen? I'm sure you've seen jerseys and the hats around.
yeah, what's it
I
like in the
just-
city? What's it like in the
I
city?
just think it's funny. I just think it's funny. Like this
Oh,
thing.
it's a good bit, you guys.
It's a cute premise. What's the
It's
punchline?
cute. It is a premise. It's like, listen, they announced they're gonna have this team, and all of a sudden, all these people never seen a game. They don't even have a football player yet. I'm a fan of LAFC. They
gotta
got
start somewhere.
jerseys.
But then
they're
when are they
banging
allowed to be a
drums.
fan?
That's
This
what I'm
happened to
saying.
us when we
Yeah,
were
but
NYCFC
it's
fans.
just-
What is it when they score their first
Hey,
goal? When they win their first
listen.
game? You tell all of LA, Ian Edwards,
I'll
when
tell
they
you.
could
I'll
be
tell
a
you.
fan.
I'll tell you. Listen, man, if you walk down the street, you're walking down the street and you're going somewhere. But if it looks funny, it's a funny ass walk. And I'm gonna make fun of it.
That doesn't mean anything,
So yes,
Ian.
so you can do what you want to do. But if I think it's funny, then I'm gonna clown the shit out that thing. And I just think it's funny, and I just
A
want
lot
to
of
see
them
how
were
long.
Chivas
And I
fans.
want to see
I'm-
how
I'm
long
kinda
they
with
stick
him.
to it. I
I'm
want to see
kinda
how
with
long
him
they
a
stick
little
to
bit,
it.
because
Yeah.
I think we got this thing in America where look, we can't go back 100 years. No time machines to
Right.
start a club and make it a thing that feels like Manchester United. It's old and planes crashed and everybody loves the team. Like, but we have to start. Sorry, that was
Yeah.
What a
Well,
weird.
you went in that file and picked a weird paper.
The pinnacle of.
I mean, it's just it brought the community
Of
together.
course,
Yeah.
of course.
That's
Right.
what I'm saying.
Although
So-
some people that are, maybe fans of Minnesota United feel like it's a plane crash in slow motion. That's part of their history.
Okay, okay, but I'm saying we have
Wow.
to
Wow.
start somewhere.
That got
Right?
dark.
That's all. And it's like it's with NYCFC, Atlanta now. You got to start somewhere. And yeah, maybe they do look funny, and I'm okay. Like everybody makes fun of American soccer fans because they hand out song sheets, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you have to see, look. Exactly.
Yeah. They did that in
Because
Europe.
you know what? When you're born in Manchester, you already have the songs in your head. You're
Yeah.
like, in the crib, you're like,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Glory, glory, Man United. Whatever. We have to start
come on,
somewhere.
we have to get on the same page to look natural. Here you go. Here's the song sheet.
But how else do you
Let's
start?
practice.
Just one guy
Again,
yelling?
It just happens.
Yeah.
It actually
And
does.
no one knows?
Yeah, it just actually happens.
happens?
It does.
If
It
people
does
learn-
actually
It
happen.
does,
But
it
here's the
does,
thing. There were 50 years, 60
Yeah.
years of Manchester United that you didn't see on television, that you didn't hear or read about on the internet, that you didn't see every single Instagram video.
Back
making
when they
fun.
called it soccer.
But they didn't have Instagram videos. But
That's what I'm saying.
they
Now,
just somehow it's just a
everything
culture
happens
thing.
in the spotlight now.
Right.
That's why we get, and I'm okay with laughing a
Right.
little bit every now and then. I'm just saying that's we can't.
I want
avoid
it to
the
work.
spotlight.
I want it to work.
You were even you said, and this is off the record maybe, but who cares? I'm putting you on the spotlight. I'm throwing you under the bus. You said you were even considering maybe even becoming an LAFC season ticket holder or a fan at the very
The
least.
logo is high.
I might
The
go
logo
to
is high.
I might go to some games. I'll jump on the train. I'll go down there because it's close to me. I'll check it out. I'll give it a chance. But I'm still gonna clown shit. I don't care.
I mean, but then do you clown Manchester United?
Nah,
Why not?
you don't.
That might be one of the
Clown.
most clownable
You know-
teams in the Premier League
No, it's
right
not.
now.
No, it's not.
Their
Well,
owners
how
kind of the owners red hair. You know the Glazers. They're like
Yeah.
red hair. They kind of got a
So
little bit of a.
what is clownable about European champions? What are you talking about?
Jose Mourinho is
He's-
your manager.
he's a winner.
He went through
He's
that
a winner.
weird,
What are you talking
He went through
about?
that weird period where he started dressing in sweats all the time
Yeah.
on the sideline. Like,
What did he
stop
win
putting
this
the
year?
suit on.
You didn't win anything.
All
You came
right,
second.
that's a real winner right there, folks.
No, so you didn't
You
win
heard
one
it
year.
here first.
Winners
Soccer
don't,
Comic
win-
Rant.
LeBron doesn't win every year. The Golden State Warriors
gets in
don't
the
win
game every
year.
year.
You just Mourinho team gets to
No,
the
it's like-
finals
it's
and
like-
stuff every
it's
year.
like rooting for
Of
the-
stuff
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
Community Shield.
It's like rooting for the Yankees, right? Like you're going to go through periods where you're going to
Yeah.
win championships. The clownable stuff is not. Look, I mean, I think Manchester United is clownable on some level. Of
course
but
it
the clownable clubs are
Every club
you
is
know,
clownable.
Derby County and
you can't really clown them. They haven't done nothing yet.
That's why you clown them.
Yeah, you clown them. You punch down. You
You-
punch down.
First of all,
My man punches down. I don't know.
you clown them because when they play you, if they beat you, they're gonna clown you.
Oh, and they should.
So you
Yeah.
so you clown them.
Yeah.
You know, like our thing with Man City's like history. History, you have no history, but you can't say it now because they're developing a history. They just won the most points, won the league with the most points ever. It's not like they're
That's not going to stop
clearly.
you from singing it though.
Yeah, it's not gonna stop us from singing, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
respect them more.
Okay.
Because it's a real problem.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were talking before off air. You said you had a couple questions about, like, what are your thoughts on
Well-
how American soccer can improve to the point where it's less clownable.
That's my question for Jason.
Yeah, go for it.
Because you just told me the story about Zlatan
Yeah.
getting frustrated and telling the coach, practice over, and
Yeah.
walking off the field because the play is not up to his standards and he's frustrated and then he leaves.
Yeah.
So it's
very,
like,
very professional.
I heard he
Yeah,
did the same
completely.
thing at Manchester United, though. So,
but
He got into fights at
probably
AC Milan. The man is not
Yeah, yeah.
completely
Yeah.
stable. Let's just be
right. It's not that he's not stable, but what's wrong or what can they do to American soccer to improve it in the MLS?
That's a bigger question. man. Go ahead. That's a bigger
first of all,
question.
Zlatan
even
will be
simple.
How much
50.
time do we have?
But even simple, like an old man who's not supposed to be able to keep up is like, this is ruining me. Like, so
Well,
what,
look,
but
like,
the same thing happened at Manchester United. Yo, he started lighting that team up.
Yeah,
Starting that lighting that league up. Yeah.
I mean, he had a knee injury in between,
Yeah.
but I mean, look, I think the question of
and the question is, it's like when he's like, I think it was Christian was saying like, he was arguing about where they're passing the ball,
Yeah, he's
and
been-
not knowing that. So how do we change this in the MLS to pass it right?
Let me before you answer. I'll
Yeah,
say
go
this: what I hate about saving Zlatan being critical, it's almost like if LA Galaxy are bad, the entire American soccer
The
is
structure
completely
of American
flawed.
soccer. Yeah.
LA Galaxy is a bad team. Zlatan is playing on a bad team.
he's playing on a
right.
bad team.
He has not played on a team this poor.
Okay.
So it's not an indictment of the entire
okay.
league, but
All right.
more about the LA Galaxy.
Right.
And the
All
dude
right.
he was yelling at, Sebastian Leggett, played at West Ham for a minute, like for a while.
Came
so,
through the system at West Ham.
Yeah. So I mean,
But
y-
English players sometimes are terrible too.
Oh, so
No,
everybody
he's
but
American,
Zlatan
but-
sucks.
Oh, okay.
Everybody but Zlatan sucks.
No,
is what you're saying.
that's true though. That's what I think. If you were talking like how do we raise the level, that's a good question. Zlatan,
Because England needs to do that too.
Zlatan getting angry at his teammates is just Zlatan getting angry at his teammates. I mean, if LeBron doesn't get the ball where LeBron wants the ball, he's gonna be pissed. He's playing again. He's playing with
Right.
the elite of basketball in the world. I think LA is bad. That's
Okay.
first of all. But then it's just a matter of they're not spending England money. They're not spending Premier League money, and they can. And I'm not sure we want them to, but we also want the league to survive.
Survive, right.
Yeah, so it's a balancing act. Sure.
Right.
I think as long as American soccer fans are like honest with themselves, this isn't the best. We know it's not
Yeah,
the best. We're not.
But
we're
that's
different
different about that.
That's different than loving
I don't
your
think
team.
I don't think these guys have ever been
Have you
honest about
heard
that.
this
I do
podcast
not think these
before?
guys have been honest because
Dog,
you're
everybody
honest.
gets
You wouldn't
flamed
shit
on
on
this
man.
thing. Everybody gets it.
Everybody gets sprayed.
Everybody gets it. Everybody gets it on this one. Yeah. Why do you think the league barely wants to work with us? Everybody gets
Yeah,
it.
but it's the other thing, though. I'm gonna go super meta here. We need guys like that who sometimes get up on their high horse and try to talk down because otherwise we're all you please like us. Like we're not.
Right,
We
right.
shouldn't do that either.
Right,
Right.
right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing that he walked off because even his coach could learn something from Zlatan and be like, all right, what can I do to improve
But we know
so that
Siggy
this guy
couldn't
doesn't
catch
walk
up to
off?
him, right?
No,
Yeah,
certainly not.
Siggy Schmidt's like,
Smith's a
yeah.
big dude. He can't.
Come over here. You have to come here.
Actually, he just be like, here we go, and he just roll. Catching up to him by rolling. Siggy Schmidt's been around a hot.
Look, we can make fun of him.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, come on.
that's-
Siggy Schmidt's been around for a hot minute. He's not learning anything. He shouldn't be the coach of that team anyway.
Right.
But someone coming in and just walking off with disgust, I don't know that that's a good thing. I think the good thing is starting the conversation. Why is he upset? What can be done to improve? I think those things that are being
Those
done
are
to
good.
improve are
Those-
being done now.
Okay,
To me,
good.
We're
that's
building better youth players. I mean, look at the
That's
system like someone like a New York Red Bulls.
Right.
You know, they're bringing players up through a USL team, which is the lower division.
Mm-hmm.
They're putting them on their 2 team. They're putting them on their first division, and they're already paying off. They're playing at a very high level. Some of those are being talked about being sold on. The coach is being looked at by people in Europe. Patrick Vieira is being looked at by, he's helped develop some
What happened
players.
to Patrick Vieira here?
He's
What
doing,
happened?
he's doing
He's
great.
He's
Great.
still
Oh.
coaching. So
Yeah.
he's coaching New York.
New York City
We
football
thought
club
he
right
might
now.
not be coaching New York City FC after today, but
Right,
it
right.
turns out he
Yeah,
is. So.
yeah. So it looks like he's gonna stay, but he was. They were
Oh, for the
discussions.
Arsenal job?
Well, Arsenal. It was first rumored Arsenal, but then it was like almost confirmed that he was going to Nice in Ligue 1.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Just anything to get out of New York. Right.
He's French.
Nice. Didn't they get
He's
relegated? I'm in.
foul line
Yeah.
on his way to the coach's box all the time.
He's French. Yeah, via Senegal, but he's French.
but yeah, so they
Via Senegal. Like, taking
Come on now. Dude's from
French.
Senegal.
Like,
Yo,
what
French?
are you? What are you?
I'm Cuban. My mom's Cuban. My dad's Uruguayan. I was born here.
But you're American. So, yeah.
it's the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
wait. Do you have it because your girlfriend or
My
wife?
girlfriend's Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican.
Born
yeah.
and raised in Puerto Rico.
But she doesn't say
she
I'm
says
American.
and she says if you were born here, you're not Puerto Rican, you're American. Doesn't matter if your
Well,
parents
that's
are
because
Puerto Rican.
and
Puerto
she's talking
Ricans
about
don't
Puerto
like New
Ricans.
Yorkers, though.
That's
why.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
yeah,
But
yeah.
she says that for everybody. Like
Yeah.
if you were born in America, you're an American. Doesn't matter if your parents came from wherever.
In America, I'm Cuban.
This
When
is-
I
that's
walk
what
out of
tell her.
America,
That's what I
I'm
tell her.
American.
That's what I tell her. Yeah.
That's all it is. It's whatever your step is, you are what you were before. That's how it works here. But I mean, come on, the French team of the '90s and the early 2000s, I think, would have made an incredible African all-star team.
This is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
They might this time around.
Yeah, they just plug in everybody.
I think the French national team I think has maybe one biracial player. Like there's no it's like all African, all players of African descent.
Yeah.
It-
And they got what's his face from
Pogba?
Atletico Madrid, who's like white.
I know I'm exaggerating because I do stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Antoine Griezmann.
Oh, that was a joke. Oh, my bad. Oh shit, sorry, fam. My
Goalkeeper
bad.
is white Christian.
My bad.
It was a thinker.
Yeah, it's a thinker. Oh, it's like
Oh, I
the
do bad jokes.
it's like the good luck Chuck. It's like the good luck Chuck
Good
joke.
Luck Chuck.
Okay.
What you didn't know about Good Luck Chuck is
Sorry, my
that
bad.
was a Dane Cook
Oh,
vehicle.
So I take it back. Oh shit,
Yeah.
man, that shit is funny, bro.
Also, if you watch the podcast, we it's like a pop-up video. We explain it at the bottom.
Oh my god, I don't even know how to continue. I'm so embarrassed. So it's look, we can have this conversation over and over about
Right.
I don't know how much of intervention this should be for Ian of like how can we get him on
No, I'm
board?
gonna go to some LA.
When was the last
FC.
time you watched an MLS match? Let me ask you that, Ian.
I watched that the did I see the game or see the highlights of this the LAFC versus what's the LA team?
LA Galaxy.
LA Galaxy. And so here's the thing.
We're working with a clean slate here.
Here's the thing. I want to watch these games, but then shit pisses me off. Like El Clasico. Really? The team's first year in
That's
existence.
actually what I called that. It's called El Tráfico.
El
That's what it's
Tráfico?
Yeah.
That's completely better. I respect that.
There you go.
I respect that. Yeah,
I'm
that.
glad you did
Yeah.
because a lot
But
of
when they used to have Chivas was it L.A.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm
They
like,
did
come
call
on.
that- they
I'm like,
did
come
call
on, man.
that,
Yeah.
That was probably the derby, right?
They called it the Classico though.
Did
Yeah.
they?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was dumb.
the
No, it was
ballsy.
dumb. So
Yeah, there's been mistakes.
Yeah,
Go
LA
back. There's been mistakes.
the Galaxy are playing San Jose. The Galaxy are playing San Jose this coming weekend. They call it or Friday. They call it the California Classico.
Come on, man.
I mean, they've been playing each other for 20 years.
That's actually a pretty vicious
I'll give-
rivalry.
Yeah.
Especially
How
when you
many
go to
years
San
is
Jose.
old?
96 for the first year.
So is that 25 years?
22.
Yeah?
22.
I think this is
In-
23rd year.
In 20 when it's 25th anniversary, I'm on board with
Okay.
that.
All right.
That's when you
That's like-
jump on.
Now I'm on board with it being any type of classic.
It transfers over.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
on board with
It
American
graduates.
soccer as a
It
concept.
has to be. Yeah.
You're allowed to
Yeah.
play soccer now.
We
Yeah.
finished third in the
No,
first
I
World
want- I
Cup
want-
ever in history. Ian's not ready yet.
Come on, are you really
100%
counting
true.
that? Are you really counting that?
They do on the FIFA
Are you
boards.
really counting that?
It's
Oh,
on the
Jesus.
boards.
Okay. All right. If you need that, have it.
Yo, ask Brazil how they
Yeah.
feel about
Like-
Uruguay, baby. On that
Listen,
one.
we don't.
Brat.
England doesn't.
Everybody gets it.
Listen,
Brat.
England doesn't even count the
In their own
1966 World Cup because it's
200,000
been so long.
English shouldn't count shit.
See,
That ball wasn't on the line. Okay,
we
Jeff
scored. It was 4-2. So
You
over
see
the
hat
line or
I'm-
not,
You see the hat I'm wearing right
Still
here?
3 goals.
Maradona, baby. That's what I think about England right
All
there.
right,
hand,
I wanna-
his hand is up. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
when
he's
his hands in
holding
the
a
hand of
holding
God
a
is
beer.
all.
Holding a
Yeah.
beer, okay.
Yeah.
By the way, if
Shouts
we had
to-
VAR in '86, he would have never had the hand of God. We wouldn't be.
No,
talking
his
about
hair
it.
was so big. You couldn't dispute that.
Camera technology
So,
wasn't
yeah, very.
ready.
What is that, 480p, dog? We can't see that.
I don't know. I saw it clearly.
Look at that. His hand is 1 pixel.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you can't
I
see
saw
that.
it clearly from my bedroom in Uniondale, or wherever I was watching that thing at.
All right, see now that good luck Chuck joke seems a little bit better. Anyway,
Not really.
Not really.
Never.
That's
Never.
still
Still
the hit.
terrible.
I want to make sure we get to both of your
Okay.
shows and talk about them a little bit. Jason, you've been kind enough. Both of you guys been kind enough to have us on your shows. Jason, you are the host of United State of Soccer on
USS.
on Sirius Radio. How long has that been going on?
Hold on, Sirius XM FC,
FC,
which
yes.
is on channel 17,483, right?
Just about.
Yeah,
about
just
there.
keep spinning that.
I've been trying to come up with a way to like a mnemonic kind of, or like a reference.
What is it, 187?
It's 157.
150. Damn,
187. I
would be so
we
automatic.
play, we playing Snoop all day.
187 on an undercover. 157.
157. I don't know what to think about that one. Use your
Yeah,
brains. I
I'll
don't
try
know.
to think of something.
Well, actually, I remember when we interviewed.
157. It's soccer heaven. Huh? It
Okay.
sucked.
I
But
mean,
it works.
rhymes.
Yeah, it did suck.
When we
It
talked,
rhymes.
when we talked to Dax McCarty about his favorite sandwich place, his favorite
It was Gourmet
down-
157.
Gourmet 157. So
How does that help?
I'm just
doesn't
saying, it's
help
just
me at
all.
all.
Look, it's not a coincidence,
Yeah.
man.
Have some loyalty, man. He jumped in. He tried to help you. It got worse.
He stared at me when I
Come on, have some loyalty.
Which is what I say about American soccer. We try
like-
and sometimes it
Yeah.
gets worse.
It's like calling in a bad sub.
Bruce
but-
Arena.
Yeah, wow.
So how long have you been doing the show, and how is that going? Let people know about it. a
The
little
Sirius XM show has been on for 3 years. It's on from 12 to 2 p.m. Eastern time, so adjust for your West Coast life if you need to. And then we just talk about American soccer, man, and whatever's on my brain. Sometimes it's not American soccer. Sometimes it's just random stuff.
This is
Okay.
what I liked about Soccer Morning when I used to watch it when it was on YouTube. It's like you would just start a conversation or a caller would ask a question, and then Jason just goes wherever. We don't steer this boat; it just goes wherever the current takes us. And it's actually a lot of fun to watch because at some point you're like, I don't remember what we started, but here we are talking
I
about this
feel
thing.
like there's a theme. Like, I feel like we've basically hit that in this.
Yeah, no, that's the Venn diagram in the middle is
All right, yeah.
ADD.
I'm just make sure.
Yeah.
ADD is the middle of
Yeah,
this
yeah.
Venn diagram
But
here.
you've sort of become, since I've known you, especially, and the more I see your interactions on Twitter, you've become a little bit of a the guy people yell at when when we're talking about American soccer. Like, how does
Look,
it feel to be that guy? Was that
Feels
like
great.
a plan? Was it part like it's almost like not you're not Lawless-esque levels of trolling.
No, I don't do that.
You don't do that at all. But like
Bad respect to Alexi Laos for his troll game. though.
totally.
Yeah.
But you are targeted occasionally.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say this is gonna sound terrible. I'm high profile in a sense that like there are only so many people you can target, and I think there are people that have played the game for 20 years, and that brings a level of respect. Like people don't really fire shots at Brian McBride or Alejandro Moreno or
Fire
some of
shots
these
at all
guys.
of
They're all on my hit list.
But
Shots fired at all of them.
He ain't got targets.
yeah. Where'd you play? Fulham? What?
Yeah.
Nowhere but shots fired. Have you seen English fans? Fat, tubby, sausages in their mouth, yelling at the best player in the world.
That they're not running too
right.
hard.
You're rubbish. Who are you?
Yeah.
Who are you? Yeah.
I got a pie in my hand.
No, it's just I think it's just because I got a radio show. I mean, and I put myself out there, and that means I get heat for not agreeing. Like, American soccer fans are generally speaking angry most of the time. Like, and I don't want to be angry. So sometimes my attitude is a little bit more like, whatever, it's soccer. Who cares? We're having fun with it. And they're like, no, pro rel now or we'll never be good. And I'm like, I don't get angry. Like, pro rel would be great. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to sit here and like stab people over it. Like,
Promotion relegation.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's the short
American
form,
soccer shorthand. You got to get up to speed.
There's
on
one
that.
guy. If you tweet today, just pro and rel, PRO space REL, you're gonna get 35 tweets from one person in particular.
Well, one person, but also 18 other people.
Yeah. Other people will join in, but you're gonna get bombarded by this one guy.
Let me experiment. Actually, give people just like pro rel sucks and see what happens.
It's like
see what happens.
it's like opening up his coffin and waking him up.
Yeah.
It's a Pandora's box.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question because you do this thing where you don't necessarily pick sides. It seems like you want to enjoy soccer and American soccer fans don't want to let you, but you also will defend American soccer. You'll call it out when it needs to be called out. How hard is it to find that middle ground?
I think it's natural. Like, I think that's like, I kind of think that's why I'm decent at my job because I'm not always just going to go, oh, this is the way it is and everything is.
You're not a shill.
No, I mean, I'm not a shill, but also it's a matter of like, I don't want to just assume a position and then not think about why I have that position or whatever. I mean, get a little in the weeds, but I don't want to be like pro rel has to happen and then not consider why it might not work or why it might be a bad thing. I want to be able to talk to people on both sides. I don't know, just a naturally kind of like, I want to look at it from different angles. And sometimes that means I don't have a hard and fast opinion. And sometimes in the world we live in, that's the thing they come after you for. Not because your opinion is X or Y, but because you don't have one. Like, oh, how dare you not have an opinion in 2018?
How dare you be a rational human being?
What, you got points on both sides, dog?
I kind of get it. I mean, people are passionate. I want people to be passionate. So I actually don't mind. Like, come after me. It's fine. I can handle it.
They come
Sometimes
after
you're
us.
passionate about not being passionate.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
You know, it's just a tip. Sometimes when people tweet at me, they're angry. And then if I don't, like, come back at them angrily, they just completely
they
calm
melt.
the fuck down.
I do that all the
I
time.
really just wanted to know, and then they start speaking like a normal language and apologize.
Oh, I deflate that. I deflate that shit fast.
Yeah,
like
good,
if somebody comes out and be like, oh, I'm like, and I make a joke off of something, and then they're like, oh, well, if I respond, I'm just getting more jokes. That's right, you're done.
Yeah, I think they come at you hard because they want to get your attention,
Exactly.
and they feel you're gonna get tweeted at a lot, so they just so they feel like this. They don't know. Just have a conversation and the shit.
Yeah, but if you catch me on the wrong day, like,
right. Yeah,
When we
'cause we're
started
all human.
Cooligans, what I used to do a lot is quote retweet someone and just put imagine being this guy. So it's like I'm not really responding, but I'm letting everyone
Yeah,
know
but you're
that you
putting
said
them on
something
blast.
stupid. And that made it worse because then now 1,000 other people would defend that guy, and then 1,000 people would laugh at what I said. And now I'm like, now I'm stuck in the middle of these guys. They're having their own conversation. Why am I still tagging this? It was a lot. But it was like the only notifications we got in like the first 6 months.
Yeah. So Ian, so you host Soccer Comic Rant, which how long have you been doing that show?
On the All Things Comedy Network.
Yeah, allthingscomedy.com, if I can remember it myself. And probably like 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
wow.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, what's been cool is that some people don't even, like, when they didn't know that you were on the show already, a couple of people tweeted at us like, yo, you should get Ian Edwards on your show.
A couple of people said that to us last week.
Yeah.
real?
So people, we were just like, he was.
So we think you just have burner accounts like Kevin Durant.
You think I have what?
Burner
puppets.
accounts like Kevin Durant,
Burner
just like fake. Oh, you guys should have Ian Edwards on. Knowing you're on, it's like great promotion.
I mean, doesn't everybody? Huh?
Yeah.
You all don't?
Maybe.
Okay.
But
I got
was-
one called Davis Jason.
No.
Yeah, you got to see it.
So, but
Guy's
now
a real
that
prick.
We've been doing this a little while. You started before we did, but like, what's been the state of in the comedy world? I don't even know if it's respect of
The
soccer.
acknowledgement of
The
soccer.
acknowledgement of soccer.
Yeah.
Because at least I think
Do they
now-
know what soccer is?
Sometimes people are like, they see what we're doing and they're like, oh, okay. Like comics they're not clowning us as much as they used to.
Oh, right.
Because it's not as much as like a niche thing. They're like actually seeing it, especially with the World Cup coming up. They're like, okay,
World Cup's a big help.
people are
Yeah, World
talking
Cup's a
about
big
it.
help. Yeah. So World Cup's a big help. But the biggest question I get from people is like, when does soccer end?
Yeah.
My wife says it to me
Because
all
everybody's
the time.
confused because it seems like they just play it all year round. and it's just because it's just tough to explain. Hey, there's different countries; they have different seasons, and it's not the same season
There's
you're watching.
club, there's
it's
country, yeah.
And so it's like, and then they say, okay, so the World Cup will play this year, but then 2 years from now they see the European Cup, but it still didn't end, and it's not the World Cup. So people
I
are
don't
just
think
confused.
that. I don't think that stuff is explainable, like in an easy way. Because I've had conversations with people. They're like, so they're playing this team in the Champions League, but that's not in their country.
Yeah, it's tough for me to verbalize
like, what's
that.
the FA Cup exactly? And I'm like,
I had to explain it to someone. Like, imagine the Golden State Warriors were so good last year that they got put into a competition to play basketball against all the best teams in this hemisphere. So they would have to like go to Argentina,
and it was happening at the same time.
But it happened at the same time, like, because they were good last year. I'm like, I'm already lost.
There's a great video of you on Joe Rogan's the Joe Rogan experience talking about spending Leicester City. And it's a great, because Joe is like trying to process it, and you're trying your best to explain how ridiculous it is that Leicester City.
But you're the wrong guy to do that. You're too relaxed.
I think I killed that video. I think I really honestly killed that video, man.
Is he a Leicester City fan right now?
No, I didn't do it to make it. I told him he should follow Barcelona.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, why? Because he wants to
Front
parade
runner?
every year?
Because no, just so he could
one glory hog to another.
get into the sport. Like, you have to like it at a high level,
yes.
and you'll see the best play, and you'll be addicted to seeing the best play. And then when Messi's
I don't like
gone,
that
he'll
at
still
all.
be attached
I don't like
to
that
it.
approach at all.
What, so I should tell him to watch
No,
LAFC?
It's
Start with
Probably.
LAFC.
Well, he can actually
and
go
he's
to
like, what the
games.
fuck am I watching? It's like, it's just,
He doesn't know any different, actually.
He could go to games. That's
no,
kinda like what it is.
No,
like,
I've watched games with Tosh, right? So we watched. We was in Vegas, so we was watching MLS, right? And then later on in the weekend, Premiership came on, and he could tell the difference.
sure.
How long ago was this?
Like last year.
But to me,
okay.
to me, the issue isn't about the quality. Like, of course, like lots of people want to watch the highest quality, or we can appreciate it, right? The Champions League is the best quality soccer. I don't think it's gonna be the best game necessarily. We can't guarantee that. But Real Madrid and Liverpool are gonna play a game.
It's gonna be
elite,
a hot
right?
game, though.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be great. You can take entertainment out of something that's not that game. Otherwise, why would we bother playing all these other leagues? Why
Right.
would there be championship teams and League One teams and two Bundesliga teams? If
Or Ligue 1.
St. Pauli fans show up not because their team
I
is
just want him
playing great
to.
soccer.
I just want him to get into it and stay in it. So that's the only reason I
so
mentioned
the
Barcelona.
only way to become a basketball fan, if you've never really cared about basketball, is to watch the NBA Finals.
No, but to his point, don't watch the Knicks. You will not be able
you won't become
just
a fan.
curious.
Like, well, you know how Michael Jordan was bigger than basketball?
Sure.
Because people started watching basketball because of Michael
that's true.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
because of basketball.
and people watch
and then
soccer
some of
because
them
of Messi.
left when he left, but
Yeah.
a lot of them stayed.
Right.
So it's like you have
To
to
some
find
degree,
the
watching
person.
Barcelona, it's like all those Europeans watching the dream team just destroy
Right,
their
but we're
countries.
also talking about like a sport, and this is all sports, but we kind of hold soccer up as this thing. It's all about the passion, and it's about your club, and
Yeah.
you bleed for it, right?
Right.
Rose City till I die.
But
and
I
all
think
this
that'll
stuff.
come later. It's like people probably heard of Pele before they heard of football back in the days.
That's
Yeah,
true.
it's very
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Good
then
point.
he pulled them in, and then they continued watching and discovering what
Okay.
the sport is.
I'll say the only thing I would say is like I know I connected more to the sport and friends that I've invited to games, like the supporter culture, that experience, being there, seeing
Right.
it, that's connected them more than watching it on
I mean,
TV.
I guess
Right,
it
right,
depends.
right.
Yeah,
It depends on where you're at in your life, and if you can drag somebody to a game, I always think that's the best way.
Yeah.
I think if
But-
anybody sees a video of the Atlanta fans, if anybody sees a video of the Orlando fans, if anybody sees a video of the LAFC fans, if anybody sees a video of like some of these other things that are just like exploding on the scene, there's no way if you live near that, you wouldn't want to be a part of
like
that.
I saw the video of the LAFC fans and them
Falcons
talking about them
swooping in.
building
Yeah.
the stadium.
Yeah.
and them
I took a tour of
building-
the stadium. It's
and I was
beautiful.
like, all right, I'm gonna go to a game. It's close to me. I'll
Yeah.
take the train. I'll go there and I'll make fun of them. But yeah,
We're gonna have to get
if you guys come to LA,
maybe to come out. To
let's
do
all
that,
just
maybe
go to
This is
film
what
for
I
us
mean.
or
This is what I
something.
mean
That'd be hilarious.
about like making fun of people and clowning people, because there's a poser element. There's 100% a poser element.
100%.
And I love you all, but some of these people are, they want to be the Green Street Hooligans stuff. And
Yeah. There's a lot of imitation stuff going
There's
on.
some dudes who live in America that think Margaret Thatcher is their prime minister.
I saw this quote.
It's ridiculous.
I saw this quote. Somebody shared something like from a story a couple years back from the New York Times, and it was like this guy who is at a bar in Brooklyn watching Arsenal or watching Liverpool. He's a Liverpool fan, and he grew up in L.A. and he's talking about how Liverpool is the people's club. We were very anti-Thatcher back in the 80s, and you're like, you?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
By the way, that guy works in fucking finance.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Fuck out of here. I can't
He dresses
stand
like
that.
this every single day of his life.
You see the guys that show up in their Stone Island, they're like, who are you? Who are you? Arsenal. And you're like, hello. And he's like, what's up, dude?
No, and then look,
why you have an accent when you chant?
that transfers over to MLS too. It happens in MLS.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But you know what? We need more of you guys. So
No,
In
bring,
MLS, it's okay.
bring
I
your
do-
friends,
I do
posers.
think-
Bring your friends to MLS.
Absolutely. But I also think it's hard. Like, how do you get that authentic thing? Like, what is that? And,
Yeah.
If a team starts, you don't. I mean, like the Vegas hockey team, right? They're going to
Yeah.
be in the Stanley Cup Finals in their first year.
Yeah.
Did they
do this,
win it?
Yeah, they won their Western
Yeah, they're
Cup.
going to the
They're
Stanley
going
Cup
to
Finals now.
to the finals.
They made it to the finals. The finals haven't started yet. I
Oh,
think.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm
they
the
got
worst
the
person to ask
semifinals.
about hockey.
Right.
Well, they do like some weird like medieval times pregame ceremony. It's cheesy as hell.
Right.
But it's theirs. Like, at least they're trying to make
Yeah,
something
yeah.
that's theirs. Like, I
Right.
think the Atlanta Spike thing is kind of weird. But I
But
get it.
T-Pain is smacking
T-
a spike
T-Pain
at
is
the game.
doing
I'm
it.
down with
If
it.
Waka
T-Pain is at the game?
T-Pain did it. Waka Flocka did it.
Yeah.
What is the spike?
Huh?
What
It's
is-
just a big metal spike that goes in because I guess the history of the trains in Atlanta.
So it's like Atlanta was this hub. So
They
then
carry
got
a big spike and then you smash it with a hammer. It's dope as hell. And here's the other thing: like people make fun of America, and this is the thing that pisses me off. It's like people make fun of American soccer because we don't have 100 years of history. There's the only way to do it, and to your point, Ian, is to make it. We have to do it. So we're just going to be missteps. Look, MLS counted the clock went down at one point.
Right.
There's been missteps.
Yeah.
The only way to get somewhere is to try something and realize either it's dope or we don't
Right.
like it. Yo, let us have a culture, and to some degree, I don't want to just big up what we're doing, but we've from the beginning, and I know other people do it, like including you. We will defend American soccer culture even if it's
You
corny
should.
because it's what we're doing. Let us try it, yo.
No,
We
you,
have
you
to.
do.
We have to.
Nobody's stopping you, bro.
Yeah.
Calm down.
No,
Please
I
get
want to
upset.
You just want to make fun of
You
you.
just do it, yeah.
You
Can I
want
just
something
do
to
it?
clown.
Do it,
Jokes,
and I'm
yeah.
gonna make fun of it while
Yeah.
you do it. This is
Okay,
still
That's what I'm
fun.
saying. It's like,
Right.
what
I don't
the-
want you to stop.
But
I don't
people
want you
get
to
upset.
stop.
Even American soccer fans get upset. It's like, what do you want us to do? We're not English. We're not 100 years old.
Right.
Let us be us, yo.
What are they upset about when you copying? When fans are copying?
No, people
or?
get upset because like they'll go to NYCFC games. We go to NYCFC games, so it's a symbol. And they're like, oh, why isn't this like going to an Arsenal game? Why isn't this going to a Manchester United game? Right. This ain't Arsenal, Manchester United. Dog, move to England. You might like it, you might hate it. Come back if you don't. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. This ain't that.
I get worked up when it feels like there are people that are basically saying we shouldn't even try. Like, don't even bother with
Right,
soccer
right.
Americans because you'll never get it right. Like, what
Yeah.
are you talking about? Like, yeah, we didn't have 100 years by ourselves with no outside influence to make our own thing. So we all have to do it. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Under the microscope, every video of every mistake we make is out there for people to clown on.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've
English-
been, and I've,
but
this
English
is the one
fans-
around. I've been to MLS games. I've been to MLS finals. I've been to Galaxy games. But
Couldn't even
I'm
remember their
I'm
name
Still,
20 minutes
You're
ago.
right. You're right. But
I will
Still.
say
That LA
this.
team.
European fans making fun of us, whatever. You probably don't watch the league. It is what it is. I honestly don't care.
they play. They show the MLS in England.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
on
is anybody
TV.
watching?
There are
They show
fans.
lacrosse in America. Are you
Now,
watching
you know why
that?
people watch? Because English people are starved at that time of the year for football. Like football is literally culture. It's literally life.
Yeah, no, I get it.
So they
people
want to
could-
watch something.
Well,
so
I've seen
people do
people-
watch MLS games.
I've seen people start watching MLS because they're fans of teams that got relegated, or it's just like
Yeah.
there's
Right.
no hope. So
all of a
it's
sudden, there's something's missing. Whether that or maybe they couldn't go away.
and
that
just because it's
summer.
American
Some
too.
people, some people just like America. Some people just want to be different from their own culture.
And it's also dope to
soccer
walk around
fans
in
this-
England with an MLS like jacket or something. It's different. No one knows what it is.
It's harder to get beat up that way.
Yeah.
If you
Like,
walk
who are you? No, really, who are you?
If you're
I don't
walking,
know that. I've never seen that
Who are
team
you?
before, my
Yeah,
guy. Yeah, you're not gonna get knifed if you walk through Manchester
like
United.
your youth team?
Manchester, well, yeah. But like, here's my point. The thing that bothers me most is American Euro snobs. These are fans of USMNT. They're fans of the men's national team, but they don't root for any American team. They only root for teams in England, and all they do is complain. Is that all you want to do? Is be a contrarian? Go for it, dog.
Yeah.
But guess what? I'm gonna call you out on it
all
every
I wanna
single
do.
time, my guy. You're one of those people.
But see, I know that, and that's one kind of fan that I can't really handle.
That's that shit I don't
So
like.
who is this fan? The person who does what?
the Euro snob who's a fan of the men's national team and not a fan of any American team whatsoever.
Right.
I think
They're
that's,
like above MLS, but they're American.
I think that's me.
They're basically like shut
think
down
it's
MLS.
just-
So that's why we invited
send
you on
every
this
player
podcast.
we got to Europe. Which
No,
can't
I'm
happen
against that.
anyway.
I'm against
But
that.
you were born in England.
Yeah.
So-
But I'm for the MLS. I'm happy that the
Yeah, no.
MLS is there. I just talk shit
my-
about
my-
it.
It's like you like it's there, you just don't want to look at it.
I mean, I'll watch it once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
I'm
This
gonna
is
go
why-
to LAFC.
This is
game.
progress for listeners of our show. Yeah, this is
We've accomplished quite a
Jason.
bit.
Thank you so much.
No, I mean, there's gonna be nothing to do after the World Cup, so I'm gonna,
That's all we care about.
cool-
Why do you think the
it's a
league
cool
is still
date
in a summer
sometimes.
schedule, dude?
Yeah.
That's for that.
We will take it. So look, I think we did get a lot of
I
accomplished.
think we solved everything.
Yeah, we resolved it. But I hope people had a good time. Make sure you guys follow Jason. What's your Twitter handle, and where can people follow you, and where should they watch and listen to United States of Soccer?
All right, so Sirius XM channel 157, noon Eastern time, Monday through Friday. Davis JSN on Twitter. I also throw it in. I'm working some stuff out. Compass Football. Follow that on all your
Okay, yeah.
social media.
Ooh, yeah, get after
Yeah.
that.
All right.
And Ian.
Soccer Comic Rant, and it's on allthingscomedy.com.
You sound like you
SoundCloud.
don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said.
I
Lipson,
don't know.
iTunes. Yeah, check it out.
What's your Twitter?
At Ian Edwards Comic.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
And
I'm-
Instagram at Ian Edwards
you know,
Comic.
I'll
Always touring, by the way. Check out his schedule if
Yeah.
he's in a city near you.
That's right.
Very,
You were-
very
you're
funny.
Who are you just recently touring with? Was it Tosh also?
Yeah, I did last year. I did a tour with Tosh, and then when that was over, I went out with Rogan.
Okay.
Yeah, we did the Strange
Right.
Times tour.
You gotta go see
you
him.
wrote on. You were writing on a show just now.
Yeah, I just finished writing on Friends from College. That's on Netflix,
I've seen
and Crashing.
Okay.
I just finished doing. They're shooting it now. We just finished writing it last week.
So check out
Yeah.
both of those. All right.
Accomplished.
So guys, thank you so much for being here. Very, very grateful. We'll be right back after this.
Hey, thank you so much for listening to Cooligans. Want to bring in with another word from another one of our sponsors on the Volley Apparel.
One of our absolute homies. They've been
Day
with us
one.
since the beginning.
Hell yeah.
Constantly supporting us. Our Cooligan shirts, our
Gulliest
gulliest shirts. You go to onthevolleyapparel.com. They're great, it's hip hop, urban inspired soccer clothing.
It's all dope. It's all absolutely dope. They got their own designs. A lot of people keep asking me about the Wu-Tang, the soccer.
Yeah.
That comes from them. On the Volley Apparel, make absolutely awesome stuff. Everything's comfortable. Everything's high quality. And it's even cheaper if you use the word Cooligans.
Use the promo code Cooligans. You will get 20% off your entire order. And there's a bunch of new styles available right now. They have that, they have the owl with the soccer ball over it.
OTVA. It looks like the OVO logo. Maybe it doesn't, allegedly.
They have the NASA one with OTVA in it that looks fly. They have the striker and keeper ones that look like kind of like Supreme.
Are we selling you bootlegs? Maybe, maybe not. All I'm saying is you got to go to OTVA.
It's the flyest and freshest soccer gear. So make sure you go to onthevolleyapparel.com.
And even if your girl don't watch Fox Soccer, you could get her the one that says keeper because she a keeper, yeah?
That's right.
Maybe your man, keeper. That's all you got to do is go to OTVA, go to onthevolleyapparel.com, put in the word Cooligans, 20% off everything you buy.
Hi, this is Mike Coscarelli from Anxiety Now.
And Andrea Allen from the Hot Mess Comedy Hour.
We just launched the brand new OG Podcast Network and wanted to let you know that you can hear ours and other great shows by going to ogpodcastnetwork.com.
Also, be sure to follow the network on social media to keep up to date with new shows, videos, and live events.
That's at OG Podcasts on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Or you can subscribe to your favorite OG podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Wasn't that fun?
Wow.
Just
How
felt,
great was that? That's just like the four of us. It felt like hanging out with your friends, right?
It did, but it
But
also
none of those friends like each other.
but it also felt like a CNN panel. It's just everybody's. All we needed them like in each little screen back here, and just all screaming at each other.
And all in the Skype. But also like doing those things like, get out of here, right? As the other person's talking.
Very good, gifable moments.
Yes.
Thank you again, Jason and Ian, and hopefully, I think for the people listening, hopefully, hit up Ian because I know there's a lot of fans of American soccer and Major League Soccer that
Also,
listen to
there's
this.
a lot of LAFC fans that listen to this. And now we put the ball in your court. Tweet at Ian Edwards and let him know you want him to come to a game.
That's right. Maybe look, I think he's not surrounded by the American soccer positivity.
When he sees the culture,
I think he'll come around.
That's when he'll come through.
So, all right. So let's talk about some of these matches because there was a
lot of things happening.
Look, I think the highlight, the biggest, like the player of the week had to be VAR. Video review is just, you know what? They're like, you know what? I think these players are getting a little too much attention.
Yeah,
you know?
VAR's like, how about I ruin everything?
Because
all over the place.
These divas, are stealing some of the shine from me. So there was a lot of controversy throughout a lot of the games. But let's we're not going to talk about all of them, but because we'll talk about them in kind of the like we normally do in the order that they happened in. But some games. Look, we went to...
Some need to be talked about more than others.
Yes, and we went to NYCFC against Colorado, and it was really like, what was this...
Unfortunately, Colorado did not go.
What was this eulogy of a team that was fielded at Yankee Stadium? What the hell is wrong with Colorado? They are terrible. They literally looked like they were just wildly outmatched.
They
by
look like
NYCFC.
some of those players were chosen from the away fans. Like, all right, why don't you come up?
Okay.
You'll pay. You're left back.
Yeah, we're missing a couple. We need to fill a couple slots.
Do with the beard. You're a midfielder.
No, I'm Tim Howard. No, okay, Tim. Sorry. Yeah.
We're looking at the hipster behind you. You're from New Zealand? Coach will love you. Get over here.
Just a weird game, and it's like we know NYCFC are pretty good,
Yes.
but very shocked that Colorado was that bad. So that I don't know. Fans of Colorado Rapids, hit us up. Let us know what you think of your team and what the hell is going on. And your manager,
is
Anthony
this fixable?
Hudson.
I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like there were a couple goals where Tim Howard was absolutely planted on his feet. Looked like
we kept thinking there was a deflection on that Maxi Morales goal because he just kind of stared at it and kind of smiled like. I wish I would have got that. I didn't know what to think, so I'm like, must be a deflection. I watched that replay many times.
Tim Howard is the Danny Glover of MLS. He's like, I'm too old for this shit. I ain't going for that.
Yeah, well, he needs to have an anti-Semite near him to help him boost him, just like in that movie. No, Tim Howard looks like he would have loved to just do a couple of those talk shows in England and a couple like the Soccer AM kind of things.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, I could have hung out there for another year or two. Why did I do this?
Yeah.
This is the
also,
Trinidad game is playing out over the stretch of a season.
But he did. He's collecting. What is he making? I think he's making about like $3 or $4 million this
he's
season.
getting paid well, but
he's getting paid very, very well to not even pretend to dive for a ball that you maybe can't reach.
It's not his fault, though. He has the worst back line, the worst midline, and the worst front line in the league.
But it is strange, though, week to week, how Colorado, where they show up defensively. They played against the Red Bulls a couple weeks ago. I saw that game, and they only lost 2-1. But they were competing.
How did this guy get the job of the men's national team coach?
In New Zealand?
Yeah.
I don't know.
How?
It's also, you say it like the New Zealand team is like some powerhouse in the world. I'm pretty sure
everybody fears.
I'm pretty sure
New
the
Zealand.
Colorado Rapids are currently better than the New Zealand national team.
Well, we're watching some of their players, and we're like, yeah, looks like we'd be better off without him.
I would say
it's just tough to watch. If you remember, like 2 or 3 years ago, they were really, really good, and now all of a sudden they gave away their back line.
They were in CONCACAF Champions League.
Yeah, they gave away
year.
their back line, and wow.
Yeah, terrible. So I know Marlon Hairston is injured. But that can't. He's not the crux of the damn team.
No.
It's insane how bad they were. So hopefully they figure something out. It's just weird to go like.
Who's the guy that got out of there? Movsisian?
No, that was from RSL.
RSL. There was a guy who got out of there who wanted to leave, didn't want to be a part of it. Whoever that guy is, must feel pretty good about himself.
Skelzen Gashi was the one that he got sat, but
but he's back.
I don't know.
He's probably like, guy, why don't you sit me again?
A lot of issues. So next up, let's talk about Portland against LAFC. Great game.
Really good game.
Entertaining out there in Providence Park.
I learned the name Armenteros in this game.
Oh yeah, I've seen him play a couple of times. He's not a starter, but definitely making a case for himself.
Wow, first of all, he kind of the way he kicked that goal was like a free kick goal, like he pooched it. You know what I mean?
Pooched.
Like he didn't go all the way through. They call that in American football. They call it pooching, where you just.
Is it pooch or poach?
No, it's not poach. Poach is when you take something or when you put like an
Wait,
egg
I don't
or
know.
chicken in water.
Oh, pooch punt. Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Pooch punt. Okay, cool.
No, I'm right in this
You're right.
situation. Yes, I am. It was kind of weird. But my favorite part of that replay, obviously besides the fact that he runs in and celebrates with the fans, which is awesome, right? You want to see that in sports. But all the other players are like, they're doing that 2 hands down thing. Like, I'm open, pass me
Oh,
that
sure.
damn ball.
Yeah.
Guy who doesn't start and shouldn't still have the ball.
That's every diva.
Yeah.
That's Ronaldo. That's Zlatan. That's
That's
put the
every
ball right
player
here
in
at my
Pittsburgh.
feet.
The goalkeeper for Pittsburgh was like, give it to me. Just don't do anything else with it. And then he scores, and everyone's like, those hands are up now. We're celebrating. That was amazing.
Oh, that was me. I wasn't doing that.
No, I was like, yeah.
I was getting them ready to raise them.
I was bringing them up. Is what we were doing.
I want to carry you on my shoulders.
We were doing
and-
jazz hands. We were Simbaing you. We were going to bring you up.
But the game looked like it could have been rough. Liam Ridgewell gets injured really early. He pulls his hamstring.
Aw.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a bummer anybody getting injured, but it's like it's like I think if he would have been a little bit nicer on Soccer AM, maybe these things, maybe bad
Maybe.
karma doesn't carry come back to you.
You pulled, apparently it was set off by his dick bone. He was such a big dick on the show that set it off. Set off the head, pulled the
I don't think I've ever heard the word dick bone.
No?
I don't know.
Makes me laugh every time.
Maybe I didn't pay attention in anatomy class.
You missed that one.
It would have been weird if my teacher did bring it up.
Yeah.
I'm like, teacher, why? Did
Clearly, the dick bone. Everybody knows this. I went to Catholic school, so you do not want to know what they taught us.
the first goal is scored by Portland after Valeri takes the free kick that Tyler Miller just, leaves on the ground. It made no sense why he couldn't hold this ball, or at least if you don't think you're gonna grab, the ball flops out right in front of him.
Yeah.
And Christian Paredes is the one who just blasted
Slots
it
it right in, yeah.
Yeah, another. Every time there's a lot of Christians in this league.
A lot of
that
Christians.
play very well, but
And he's a CP.
Christian Paredes is. This has to be this. I've never seen this spelling of Christian Paredes. He spells it Christian.
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 There's a member of the family had a lisp, okay? And they didn't want to embarrass him.
So this is the first time I've ever seen. I've seen a couple. I've seen Christian with a K, CRY. I've seen all these, but this is. Look, there's people are mixing it up.
Yeah.
So
Latin America is just like they're playing. They're trying to get triple word scores.
And then, but really, what was cool about this game? Armenteros' goal was incredible.
That was the moment.
The moment was great because
he carried that thing all the way.
Yeah, which is and there was a big Taylor Twellman on MLS Rewind highlighted this. Walker Zimmerman literally looked like he was guiding Armenteros to the goal. Like he just did not press and didn't play any real defense on it.
He was
he's
blocked.
He's
He
like
was
everybody,
blocked.
let him. He's
It
working.
It was like those the kids who have terminal disease or something get to play a game of football
Yes.
their favorite side, and everyone gets out of the way, and people they're like, oh,
Let him go.
and then some people jump and pretend to try to tackle him. That's kind of exactly what happened.
Zimmerman did exactly that.
Armenteros too got the shave head, so that's probably why Zimmerman's like, yo, everybody get out the way, man.
So
This is his wish.
And that moment was cool because there's that great GoPro footage of
From the balcony
Timbers
thing.
Army, from right in the front row of the Timbers Army, of them singing "You Are My Sunshine," which I got to
with what's that Timbers Gym? The
Timber Gym.
Timber Gym, which is the old Timber Joey, the original Timber Joey.
Oh, okay,
Yeah. So they let him lead and I believe you could even see him go, it worked.
It worked, yeah. So and that was a cool thing because when I hung out with the Timbers Army and got to really see all their chants and stuff, and that was at first it feels with the Timbers because we're not a part of it and we're very New York. We're like, yo, what's all this? You are my sunshine.
Right.
What's all this positivity? Okay?
Y'all got a lot of things y'all doing right now with smiles, and I'm not with it.
No, man, I can't trust you because you smiling too much.
People might talk to you, yo. You don't want nobody to talk to you.
So at first I was just like, oh man, it seems like a little silly, childish at first. But then you're around all the people, and it's like that's their culture. Just like we were talking with Jason and Ian
about culture.
That's how they do it. They're much more positive. Yeah, they criticize their players and
very
the
much
team
so.
and stuff like that. But there seems to be more unity amongst the supporters, which was cool.
And they have a much older.
Yeah,
They pre-MLS. They predate MLS. Some
Exactly.
of the things they do, which
so
is really cool.
that moment was cool. They were singing "You Are My Sunshine," and this is great GoPro footage of like on.
You can actually see the goal go in.
And you see the goal go in, and
from
then
like behind the goal.
Armenteros runs up to Timbers Army, gives them a big hug.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Really, really cool. But really, that Carlos Vela goal was just bananas.
What, a replay of like 3 other goals he scored this season?
Dude, but this one felt different.
Yeah, this one felt a little disrespectful because he didn't curl it so much as he looped it over the keeper. He was like, he's so good. We don't have a lot of players that are like this in this league that are so good that they can take one quick glance at the keeper and know that they're one step off the line and that, if I place it right here, it'll go in and be able to place it there. Those are 3 different things. He did it all in one, and it was kind of like a beautiful, like he kind of like lifted it, like he finger rolled it over the keeper.
It was an Iceman, like George, like Gervin.
Mad disrespectful.
But what I did love, the goal was absolutely gorgeous, but I loved that as soon as it left his foot, he was already celebrating.
Yes.
He was already like, I know, this is in, I'm done. It is a Curry 3-pointer where he's already starts stepping back. And
he's looking at the billboard with the coach while it's going in. He's like, all right, that's what y'all want me to do on defense? All right.
Just incredible. But good game. And look, LAFC, I think they don't make a couple of, they don't make that, Tyler Miller doesn't make that mistake. They can probably leave this game with a point. But
time to worry for LAFC because they're going to lose some players for World Cup.
Yep. And they're going to be that home stretch is over, so they're going to go back on the road a little bit. Yeah. Not panic mode. They're still doing
a little bit,
doing all right. But like after during the World Cup, there's going to be some concern depending on how far some of the teams
Lee Wynn
get.
is going to need to start clicking a little bit more than he has. But shouts to Portland Timbers, 5 wins in a row. Gio Separace's like, the seat ain't so hot no more.
Yeah, and also there was that argument that he had with Bob Bradley after there was a play. I think
that's right.
I think it was maybe it was Blanco that got sort of an elbow to the face, and Savarese thought it should be a red. Bradley did not agree. So after the game, they get in each other's faces about about that call, which is like weird because like
it's not weird. I like that from both coaches.
No,
that's
but
part of like
it's weird because there wasn't any call, like nothing happened. So
right.
So basically, Bradley was upset that Savarese was upset that there wasn't a card issued.
Well, that's also like Savarese's upset, and that might help skew it get looked at, things like that. So Bob Bradley comes in and is like, oh no, I need to push this. It's like tug of war. No, we're going back this way now, real quick.
But he does it after the game. That's the weird part.
Well, things get looked at after the game.
Okay.
VAR don't sleep,
VAR ain't never sleeping.
VAR ain't sleeping. VAR working while you awake, while you sleeping. Just staring at you.
Next up, let's talk about Dallas and Vancouver. So this game, look, initially it looked like we were going to have just another Vancouver just being terrible, and they were down 2-0 early on in the they were down 1-0 in the first half, and then they gave up another goal. So at the 78th minute, Maxi Urruti scores the second goal. So you're like, all right, that's it. There's Vancouver. That's
it.
That's going to happen.
Nothing else could possibly happen. There's no way.
So look,
Blondell could CONCACAF a goal, which is exactly what happened.
So they get the own goal from Anthony Blondell. Again, Dallas, and we were talking about them last week. They look great. They're a team that are.
But you saw the Blondell goal.
Yes.
It was going towards the defender, sort of blocked him out, so the ball rolls out of bounds. He runs around him, flips it back up off a defender's knee into the goal. I mean, it was like a pool hustler.
It's how I drew it up.
No. Craig Robinson was like, here's what we're going to do. Carl Robinson. Craig Robinson was playing the piano in the background of that meeting. It was a meeting of the Robinsons.
Yes.
Don't act like that wasn't what I meant this whole time.
It was an office reunion.
Yeah, which Carl Robinson was on.
But look, the moment of the game. So there was an injury that extended the extended play into stoppage time for a very long time. There was 7 minutes of stoppage time, and so after the own goal, there was just poor defending, poor clearances. I mean, this really could have been avoided by.
Here's the issue. The clearance is the issue.
The clearance is definitely.
No one in the history of soccer has ever said when clearing it during a set piece or a stoppage or like anything where there's a chance for headers, clear it up in the air and directly in the middle.
Right on
in
the
front
fucking penalty spot.
Yeah. Directly in front of the goal. Make it harder for your goalkeeper. So the goalkeeper gets a lot of shit for legitimately off the ropes clotheslining Blondell. Blondell plays it off a little bit much. He's like acting like he can't breathe and shit. But he legit got taken out by
He
clothesline.
totally did.
There's no other way to put it. Like it looked like a wrestling match. Like they both were acting. Like one clotheslined him, the goalkeeper closed him. But here's the thing: the goalkeeper was being more aggressive because he just got elbowed.
It wasn't severe. It probably should have been called.
That the play should have stopped there.
Yeah, Jose Aja definitely goes for the ball, and he's trying to like cause a little bit of a disruption.
No, he's trying to stop the keeper from getting high. That's exactly what he's doing. But he's waving his hands like he can't swim, kind of thing. But he's definitely trying to hold the keeper down so he doesn't jump his way. Keeper gets upset about that, which we call brekshaying. He gets brekshaying, and then he starts to brekshay. He gets upset. He pushes him, turns around, sees. He's like, "What the fuck did you clear the ball over there?" Right?
And he almost had a chance to get the ball too before it was cleared.
But he looks up and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing? Why would you do that there?"
All right, now I gotta punch a dude.
Now I gotta take this dude out with my forearm.
This is your fault. You know?
You made me do this. So he looks over, he sees Blondell doing what it's like a bad actor would do this. Like he ducks, he kind of squats, his eyes get real wide, his arms get tight. He looks clearly like I'm about to head this ball in the goal.
Yeah.
And the goalkeeper's like, all right, well, watch this. Takes 2 steps, jumps in the air, straight like the inside of your elbow to this guy's throat.
Yeah.
Takes him out. Completely clotheslined. That guy's flopping on the ground. Clearly, this is going to be a penalty. It's considered to be the latest goal ever in the history of MLS. Did you know that? Without being at extra time?
No, I think.
Yeah, it was 99th minute.
No, there was a. This was also on MLS Rewind. It was Kaká who scored in the 100th.
Oh, okay.
So it was close, but not
close. There you go.
Yeah. So Kaká Mara buries the penalty, which Mara also got a hand on.
Got a hand on.
Could have stopped. But disappointing from just 2 ridiculous goals for Vancouver, and like how terrible does Dallas feel? They look. I mean, I can't even stress how much better they looked than Vancouver.
Yeah, the curse of the white Tims. We said it on this podcast last week.
That's right. Yeah. Also, yes, there were a bunch of people asking about. Thank you again, Simon Doonan, for being on the show.
Yeah.
But people are asking because they want to see the video. The video will be out on June
13th.
On June 13th when his book is released. So we will put it out. And thank you, Claudia.
Claudia Castillo. Thank you so much.
From FC Dallas. She does the social media for FC Dallas, and she sent us a bunch of the photos and really helps us make that happen and help. She helped Simon get to see dope pictures of Maxi Urruti.
And made him consider maybe writing a book about MLS fashion, which we might have to be writing that forward.
I mean, we gotta be in the book.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Fashion icon.
Straight up gully all over.
Are you kidding me? We on every page, whether you like it or not, holding our phones like that lady in Oakland.
Oh, man. Okay. So next up, let's talk about Philly against RSL. Philadelphia winning a couple games.
Yeah.
I think they're 2 or 3 games.
And they look like a fun team to watch.
They're looking like, all right, they're getting comfy. So and we were making jokes about their DP.
Dodgkol.
And that's the thing. We didn't know how to pronounce his name because
Dokal, Dokal.
Yeah,
it's Dodgkol.
Yeah. So look, glad we sorted that out.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, I love that nobody corrected us, which just shows how
no
little
Philly fans give a shit about.
They're like, I don't care what you say. Say his name could be garbage.
Either they're not listening or they're like, I don't want to step out and pretend and let people know I'm a Philly fan.
I don't want to look like I'm represent for this dude.
No. You call him whatever you want. I will say, shouts to Omar Epps for almost scoring 2 goals, scoring 1 goal. I think his name is Mike Epps.
Marcus
Epps. But I'm going Omar Epps. I did it on purpose, by the way. Yeah.
No, I know. I wasn't sure.
Loving basketball, baby.
What specific joke you were making.
No, that was it. Premise and punchline all in one.
Yes, and he got the assist from Chris Tucker.
Yeah. Come on, man. But you should have seen his face when Tupac walked in the elevator. Oh my God. We're dating ourselves here a little bit.
RSL, another team. Similar. Look, we saw them at Yankee Stadium a couple weeks ago. They lost 4-0 to.
Who's worse, them or RSL? I mean RSL or
Colorado.
Colorado.
I mean, really, it begs the question: should Mike Pecky still have a job? I mean, they're regressing so much that the beginning of this year. They were fighting for a playoff spot last. Did they make the playoffs last year?
No, remember they made the change. They played some of the younger players,
Yes.
and they almost made it. They were really, really close.
But there was so much promise, and now it seems like these young players. I don't know. They ain't playing defense. I don't know if the message ain't getting through to them.
There's a lot.
A lot of issues. After the game against NYCFC, Mike Pecky was just like, ugh, that was just a better team, and after seeing this against Philly,
Trey don't need to print none now.
No.
Yeah.
No, man. It might be just be RSL.
Yeah.
Nick Raimondo also tweeted out criticizing. He was like straight up. I don't have it in front of me, but he basically said like, I watched the game over. If we're not gonna defend, we're not gonna get anywhere. Like I'm paraphrasing, but basically it's just like, yo, the guys in front of me ain't doing shit, and I can't do my job if you ain't doing your job.
No, and only one of those goals would I actually say was Raimondo's fault because it was kicked very hard. He got it in his hands and he still let it go in. That's the one that was called back.
That was turned away. Yeah.
But still, that's the only thing that you could really blame Nick Raimondo for.
Yeah. So it ain't he stopped that one Rosenberry shot, I believe.
Yeah. Although Rosenberry got one past him.
He got it back. So
shot a missile on the ground like that shit came out of a submarine.
So next up, let's talk about San Jose against DC United. This is another
the game everybody watched.
This game. The only issue with this game was DC United. They have to play every single game on the road. They're like, I don't even think people in the DMV area know that this team even exists anymore. They're
the Harlem Globetrotters, man. They're just a traveling showcase.
It's a road show.
Yeah.
But DC United looked so much better than San Jose. Now it's sort of asking more questions about San Jose, who had high expectations this year.
Do you see Danny Houston's face almost the entire game? Even when he scored, he looks so upset.
Yes.
He's like, yo, I didn't perm my hair straight for this shit.
Exactly. I'm like, hey, Romeo Santos, relax, man. It's going to be all right.
Calmate. And he's like, what?
He looks exactly like Romeo. There's some people. Romeo Santos, he is a bachata singer from Aventura.
Aventura, which is also, they are the presidents of Dominican Republic, if you don't know.
But oddly enough, Romeo Santos is half Puerto Rican and Dominican.
Look at that.
Look at that. You guys are learning.
Which makes him not allowed in Cuba.
So you're learning so much. But this game, I was impressed with Yamil Assad. I think he is. It's weird to see Yamil Assad play on a bad team, right? In Atlanta,
the year he was there was amazing. So.
Yeah. So, it's a little bit. The goal that he scored was great, but the rest of the team, like they love him. It's like he's clearly someone that is needed on that team. When he plays well, they play well. Yeah. So the issue I had with San Jose was just like they made so many like either defensive issues or they just gave away the ball, and it's just like you shouldn't be this bad against DC United. Like you should be flexing on DC United. It should be be an easy 3 points. But this is another team that I'm like. The coach, I'm like, maybe this wasn't the right guy because they're looking pretty bad. So next up we have Houston against Chicago. Houston wins this game 3-2, even after Chicago was up 2-1. But
it felt like it was 2-0. It felt like I know. What's his face? Catracho, I can't remember his name. Was it Albert Elith? Right? He scored the goal.
What do you say,
Elith? I don't know why. We're throwing lisps and everything. He scores the first goal, even though it was a great pass. It still felt like Chicago had complete control of this game, and then all of a sudden they just gave it all back.
Yeah. There were a couple. Look, I think my favorite moment out of this game was really the goal from Elise, the third goal, because of the meme or the video of that Houston made. Did you see this?
Oh my God, with the rolling.
The rolling.
So funny.
Because
is this a meme that I missed?
No.
They invented it?
No, I don't know. They invented. I don't
Because
know.
I don't think people do the see me roll and they hate. Has anyone ever done that before?
No. Did they add music to it? I don't
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
they did. Okay, I didn't. I
It's
must
got
have,
Chameleon there.
I didn't hear. I must have listened to it. It must have been muted because I just saw the video. So there was a great play from Bonilla Garcia. There was the ball looked like it was about to be turned over,
Yeah.
but then the Bonilla Garcia makes a great tackle when Brandon Vincent has the ball. He's about to get it.
Yeah.
Gets the ball to Elise, and he gets the goal. But Houston Dynamo, which are a team that we're not used to, they're not crushing it on social media.
Where did they get a social media person? Because
but
they had editors ready to go.
What I love about this, and we didn't mention it before with the LAFC game, the hat.
The hat lifting up, that thing they do, but it's an L.
The L reveal, which was shout out to Kayla Knapp, the social media person over at Portland.
Second week we do this, by
Dude,
the way.
Bars.
Icing. Everybody gets washed.
Incredible. And look, and a lot of times, when we talk about the state of soccer here, different countries, Premier League, when MLS, I'm going to just say, when it comes to the social media aspect of the game, like A1, top shelf.
Just the Champions League of that.
It's a champion.
It is.
That's right. It's with a World Cup of memes.
La Copa Mundial de memes. And that's it.
Oh, man. Just so funny. So
It doesn't get better than what's happening in MLS, social media-wise.
the Houston, which is the most important part, by the way.
Clearly. We're in it for the
The
likes.
FIFA rankings,
Yeah.
we know the top league.
Yeah, that's cool and everything, but what's the clout score?
So Clout is actually going out of business.
Is it?
Yeah.
Damn.
So after the goal, so Brandon Vincent, he's rolling because after the challenge from Bonilla Garcia,
He's trying to draw
and Houston
a
did,
whistle.
I mean, Houston was incredible.
They just kept running.
He did like how many?
He did like four
or
or
five rolls.
Yeah.
It definitely seemed
It was a bit much. It was a bit much. A lot of rolling.
put on a little bit of a show for the referees.
Yeah.
But it was a clean tackle.
Nobody cared except the social media person at Houston who just had him spin all the way as the goal's getting scored. He's rolling past the goal.
Yeah, he's rolling past the
Hilarious.
Elise and the goalkeeper. But frustrating overall for Chicago. Look, I think I think this loss is very self-inflicted. The Richard Sanchez, for whatever reason, I don't know. He gave up the second goal. He caused the penalty.
Yeah.
For he fouled Mauro Manotas, but also Richard Sanchez. Like, why are you out that far? It's like he's nearly by the corner flag fouling this dude. Like,
Yeah.
It made no sense.
Why are you there?
Yeah, why are you there? So, like again, and also Dax McCarty didn't play this game.
No, but shouts to Houston. They look great.
Yeah, they did look great, especially that
A lot of great passes, a lot of great through balls.
outmatched Chicago. And lastly,
Chicago is struggling.
Atlanta against
Red Bull,
New York Red Bulls.
the soon-to-loser manager, star player. Look,
Entertaining.
Atlanta fans are
entertaining
upset. They
game.
feel like
Yeah,
calls went against them. Let's be honest, that might be the first time in MLS history that calls have gone against them. They've kind of been the darling. But I got to say, I don't know if what Joseph Martinez did is enough to warrant that goal comeback, because it looked to me like Tim Parker was about to leap onto his feet or leap off his feet, out of his feet, whatever you say. You know we don't know how to use words on this podcast, to try to maybe like slide and grab that, try to kick the ball away.
Yes.
He looked like he was going into a slide anyway.
Yeah, there was a possibility that he was not going to get to the ball.
Also, the BWP penalty.
So
That's a little soft.
let's go for each one. The
BWP kind of, let's go.
BWP, that one was first.
Let me start by saying this. BWP is probably the most prolific scorer in MLS right now. I don't want anyone to think I'm hating on the BWP. But he's also someone who, if he feels a mosquito, he throws himself on the ground. And that's exactly what happened in the box.
Yeah, this one was very, very soft.
Which is smart. It's not stupid.
I know that the referee, Chris Penso, he said that Miles Robinson there was enough contact to get BWP's feet tangled. So this is almost very similar.
Which I agree.
Very similar to the Joseph Martinez one. But this one, you don't call this call. You don't call it. It wasn't clearly a penalty. he wasn't gonna even get the ball. This was what Gonzalez Pires was saying also, and Guzan. He wasn't going to reach the ball. Maybe there was contact.
I feel like that was the inspiration for him going to the ground. He realized he wasn't going to get the ball, so you do what you could. It's a smart move by a striker. I would want my striker to do that. If you're a Rebel fan and you didn't get that call, you have a right to be upset, but that's not a call you should have gotten.
Exactly. Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah, totally makes
we
sense.
handled it. We solved MLS. Huh? Not bad. Garber, hit us up. We'll take some YTF, some youth transfer fund. We didn't even talk about that. Oh, we got so much to talk about next week.
So then the one with Tim Parker, this one is, I disagree with you. I think in real time, which is why Pencil didn't call it, it looks like nothing happened. Video review, he clips his feet. I think Tim Parker.
It's clearly a foul.
Yeah, I think Tim Parker gets to this ball. That's my opinion of it.
It's a foul by the letter of the law, but I feel like he's leaving his feet anyway. So
I don't know. I mean, this is why we want video review, right? To sort of.
But people in Europe are like, oh, it's going to stop us from being able to talk about the nuances of the game. No, it's not.
We have a new nuance.
Yeah. If anything, this gives you evidence towards your nuance or evidence against it. All in the same video clip.
Yeah. Well, look, I will agree that there were a lot of upset Atlanta United fans. What I will. This was the first, not the first time necessarily, but this year, especially compared to the end of last season when VAR was introduced, right? The middle of after the All-Star break, it was introduced. It felt like, all right, I almost don't remember what MLS was like before VAR. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's changing how it feels to watch the game.
Well, we were at a game, and I forgot what it was. I believe it was a David Villa penalty. Everybody was like, VAR, and we all kind of switched and looked to the official, and everyone's yelling VAR, and they did it. And we're like, yay! It was like this thing, like we've done it a million times. It was like we instinctually knew where to look and stuff. It felt weird at the moment, but it felt right also at the same time.
Yeah,
I don't recall before that we would just be like, this guy doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah,
you're
we
dumb.
just get mad.
You're blind. You're deaf. You're blind.
Yeah,
I want to be a ref. Whatever.
It changes the passion, like how you passionately watch the game.
Yeah,
because now you have to be a little bit more of a. You have to be a bit more educated on like, it's like, no, I can't get mad at the referee yet until the video.
Let him watch the movie first, and then we can get upset or not.
Watch the YouTube clip of it.
Homie's got to pull up a Vine from way back in the day, see if it still works.
So, look, watching this game and video review was used, I think, 2 times with the Jeff Lorenowitz foul on Sean Akira Davis, right?
Yeah.
Which is one of my favorite names, one of my favorite movies, Akira. If you haven't seen Akira, it's one of the best animes ever made.
I feel that's the one with a motorcycle in it, right?
It's a one with you know what? Don't even comment on any of these anymore.
Oh, God, I hope I don't upset you and your virgin clan. Hey, incels who listen to us.
Because it's a great film overall. So, but it was used then, and in this game in particular, it really did feel like it took something away from the experience of watching a soccer game. It was.
Well, if you're an Atlanta fan, you agree.
Yeah, I know. I'm a neutral, right, in watching these games, and it didn't. I enjoyed the game less because of it. That's
other than VAR. Here's 2 things I took away from this. Atlanta could have played better. So even though you didn't get those calls, you could have played better.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing I take away from this. Yo, Kaku is mad good.
Kaku was pretty good.
Yo, he's mad good.
Yeah.
And everybody's talking about BWP. BWP is one hell of a finisher. Probably the best finisher we've ever had in the league. Finisher just in that talent alone. But, yo, it's clear that he plays better when he gets service. And right now, everyone in LA Galaxy is looking for that service. Everyone in Red Bull is like, no, we good, yo. We get 5 bars everywhere we go because of Kaku.
Yeah. I mean, the first goal with that header, the ball from Kaku was just
both headers were
pristine.
Disturbing to watch. They're so good.
Yeah, but they did. Look.
Let me be the first to say Kaku for the men's national team. Let's get it.
They did what they did what they did to a lot of teams, and Rebels did what they did to NYCFC. That pressure. I mean, I think Atlanta could have possibly handled it. I think the goal that was taken away by Joseph Martinez really, the goal and the penalty, just like.
I believe it was Matt Doyle who said it. The way the Rebels play is they're more committed to the transition than you are to getting back on defense.
Yeah.
And that's just, they clearly have a plan. When the ball touches one of their feet, everyone knows where to go.
Yeah. And there's no.
It's beautiful to watch unless it's against your team.
It is very. It's a good. They have system football.
Yeah.
You know, nobody's particularly flashy.
I believe it's called Rolf Ball. I'm not making that up.
Okay.
That's really it. It's called Rolf Ball. I think it's a guy named like Rolf Schmorgenborgen or whatever his name is. He's part of the Red Bull system.
Have you ever been to a Rolfer?
No, I don't know what that is.
You know, a Rolfer is like it's like a chiropractor, but it's like a more specific type of deep tissue massage.
Oh boy,
a Rolfer. So that's what Jesse Marsh is doing.
Wow, we really talk about a lot of things on this podcast, man. We really go all over.
We hit everything.
Incels, Rolfers, we got them all. Everybody gets it.
All right, so that's everybody. That there were a couple other games.
We'll make fun of YTF next week.
Yeah, we'll sort all that stuff out. So thank you again for watching the show, for listening. Make sure again you
leave us a review.
Leave us a review on iTunes. We're at like 146, I think, like that. It's the quest for 200.
Come on,
rates and reviews on iTunes. So make sure.
And we're gonna be doing another giveaway when we hit 6,000. We're gonna do it every 1,000 Twitter follower. We're gonna do another giveaway. So we just gave away the shoes. We're gonna figure out what we're gonna give away next.
Exactly. So make sure you hit us up on all of them social media platforms.
Yes.
You guys are the best. My name is Christian Polanco.
My name happens to be Alexis Guerreros.
And together, what are we?
The Cooligans!